All right, I'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right, all right. Let us begin this transmission by reminding you that this is called the domino effect. We are going to describe 2 rows of dominoes. Number 1, you are beginning to see an acceleration in many aspects of your society around the globe, shall we say, beginning to come apart at the seams. The idea is that, of course, many of the older structures, older systems in your society have to dissolve in order for new systems to take their place. This is natural in any important moment of transformation and transition in a society, but is especially accelerated in Earth-human society, since Earth is the kind of school where these things are magnified and amplified to bring everything out on the surface, on the table, so that you can finally decide what kind of a culture, what kind of a society, what kind of a reality that you prefer. So you are experiencing many different kinds of chaos. You are experiencing more expressions of violence. You are experiencing the negative to a greater degree, very amplified. So again, you can, by witnessing these things, by experiencing these things, decide to do something about it, to allow yourself to focus not on the symptoms anymore, but on the causes, and to deal with the causes, to have heartfelt discussions, heartfelt attempts to get at the root of why there are so many people on your planet that feel disempowered, disconnected, fearful, insecure. It is very important, extremely important at this time that you start understanding how to include, how to communicate, how to resolve, how to find commonality, how to understand where many people are coming from when they express the idea of violence, when they express the idea of unworthiness, undeservability, fear, the idea of knowing that they simply haven't got an understanding of what true power is, that they are simply attempting to control their outer reality because they have never been taught how to go within, how to connect, how to know that the connection is there, how to relate to the idea that they are an aspect of creation, a reflection of all that is. It is important to start, where appropriate, when synchronicity makes it obvious, to share ideas, to offer suggestions, to offer options and opportunities to think in different ways, to let everyone know that there is common ground, no matter how diverse, no matter how divisive, no matter how different an individual's perspective may seem to be. You all contain the potential for all of these perspectives yourselves. And if you have found a way within yourselves to absorb the information we have been sharing with you to the point where you can resolve these situations within your own being, then you have the capability, you have the ability at least to attempt to offer, again, where appropriate, offer a suggestion, an option, an opportunity to see things in a different light, to point out to people their true ability to be self-empowered, their true nature as an aspect and a reflection of all that is. Again, not that they have to listen, but it is. If you truly want, truly desire, truly prefer a world of peace, a world of unity, a world of understanding, it is, in a sense, your opportunity to provide at least a conversation, an option for a conversation, an option for connection, an option for communion, so that you may all start to realize that you all are on the same planet, you all are in the same school, you are all classmates experiencing different ideas, different degrees, different ways of understanding what you are all about, all for the purpose of expressing more and more of who you truly are, without fear, without doubt, allowing you to understand how to work in service to others, and that every single perspective has some degree of validity in it and comes from a place that you can understand, whether that is positive or negative, you can understand, because you have all experienced the idea of your own fears and your own doubts and your own sense of worthiness or not, and your own sense of deservability or not in the various situations and challenges that crop up in your lives. You can all relate to whatever it is anyone is experiencing, no matter how different it may seem to your perspective. You can all understand that this is coming from a place where they don't necessarily know that there are other options. Give them that choice. Give them that understanding, again, without any need for them to take it. Whatever they do with it, as we have said many times, is none of your business, because you don't know their life path. And it is sufficient that you, at least in the appropriate situation when synchronicity makes it obvious to do so, that you at least make an attempt to ask, have you considered this? Let's talk about that. Let's explore this together. For I understand that all ideas and all perspectives are valid because they all come from some place I can understand, whether it be a positive or a negative place. I can understand. So let's work together to find common ground so that we can, in fact, experience peace, unity, and the evolution of humanity moving forward in a positive, constructive, and loving way. Now, the idea is that, again, once the domino has been pushed, it will knock all the other dominoes down, and so eventually you will start to see an acceleration in things coming apart, in things falling apart, in things dissolving that are no longer relevant for your society. They need to break down so that you can shuffle through the debris and you can find the pieces that you can put back together that will work for the kind of world that you say you prefer. The idea also is to understand that while there have been many expressions of negativity that are existing in your society and will continue to accelerate in your society for a while until all these things are coming, as you say, to a head, there are also many, many positive things going on in certain ways. And you have an opportunity to accelerate those as well. So the two streams of dominoes, the two rows of dominoes, are not only the one that is causing old systems to collapse, but also the ones that are revealing new information to you that will be an indication of where you are heading in your future, of how you can positively bring your society together, and how you can open up to who you actually are as a species, as a society, and start to remember and recognize yourselves as part of a larger galactic family. So, you have many incidents that are expressions of the idea of fear and negativity, and you have many expressions that have started to happen recently that are an expression of opening up new doorways to be able to see what your future can be. Recently, many of you might already be aware, there was, relatively recently within the last several years, an incident that many of you are becoming aware of now, where one of our ships was fired upon by a missile from one of your planes. As you have probably witnessed in the video that captured the incident, the missile bounced off the ship harmlessly, thus demonstrating several things. Number one, the vehicles are solid vehicles. They are not illusions. The missile bounced off. When the missile bounced off, pieces of the missile came off the missile. the pieces that came off the missile when the UFO, which wobbled a little bit at the impact and then continued on its merry way, took the debris from the missile with it, because you could see that the debris was caught in the space-time energy field of the vehicle. And as the vehicle accelerated away, the debris caught in its bubble traveled with it exactly at the same speed. So it demonstrated several things. And the idea is to understand, as has been demonstrated also many times, that we cannot really be harmed by your technology at this point. We are here to stay. There is a lot of traffic around your planet that is coming and going. And at the same time, allowing you to understand that your technology is no threat to us at all. Now, we have also demonstrated many times, and we have mentioned this before, that sometimes there have been vehicles that have hovered over what you call your nuclear missile sites, and they have scrambled and canceled and reordered the nuclear launch codes. Again, demonstrating you will not be allowed to have a global thermonuclear war. Now, this gives you the opportunity to piece all these things together and to understand and to demonstrate we pose no threat to you, and that there are certain exceptions to the non-interference directive that we will not allow. Because the idea is that anything that would not stay in your own backyard, like a global thermonuclear war, would rip into other dimensions and other realities because of the release of energy, and that is not allowed. If it stays in your own backyard, you can do whatever you wish. But you cannot allow an incursion into others' realities. So, we will prevent that. It is the one exception to the idea of the non-interference directive. Now, at the same time, the dominoes on the other side. Many of you may be aware that very recently you had another, what you call, congressional hearing about the existence of UFOs, specifically for the purpose of protecting what you call whistleblowers, and specifically for the purpose of making sure that no military personnel who report a UFO lose their job, lose their station, lose their career, or are ridiculed for making that report. The congressional hearing is taking all of this into advisement, and this is now a very, very important step toward the idea of full disclosure, which is coming up in the near future. So know that these things are happening if you are not aware of them. Seek them out. You can, because of your internet, Google them, as you say, and find these things. You can find the video of the missile striking the UFO, if you haven't seen it. You can find excerpts of the congressional hearing where all of these different whistleblowers are talking about what they know, what they have experienced, what they've seen, and putting it on the record. You can find these things all over what you call your YouTube. Seek them out. Educate yourselves as to what's going on so that you are informed when you have your conversations with other people. The idea also, once again, that we would like to put out before you is, if you will see what we have talked about displayed on the channel's shirt, 2027, the year that everything changes, will be the idea, as it stands right now, the year where open contact happens, where ETs are introduced publicly to your society, where you can begin to understand that you are not alone in a very visceral way, in a very public way. Some of you may remember the period of time that we recently talked about that we called the eye of the needle. Do you remember that? And we talked about it as the idea that you needed to strip away what wasn't you so that what was essentially you was as if it could pass through the eye of the needle to allow yourself to be truly more of who you are. But there's another meaning to why we named it that. And that is because as your society is now coming apart at the seams, the information we are providing to you is the needle and the thread that you can use to stitch it back together. So use this information, apply this information in your reality in a positive, constructive way, and it will stitch back together the pieces that truly need to be creating the new systems, the new understanding that will allow your society and humanity to evolve in a positive way into your future as members of our galactic family, which you are and always have been. It's just that you forgot. So we remind you who you are, but it is time for you to remember who you are more fully. Time for you to act, get out there, and start to interact. Again, not against anyone's will. This is not proselytizing. This is not forcing anything upon anyone. You must trust that synchronicity will provide an obvious opportunity when it is appropriate for you to share information that could help someone see things from a different perspective. But it is nothing that you need to force on anyone. There is no desperation in this. Everyone's path is unique. Everyone's path is important, and not everyone necessarily has to align with the idea of open contact. Everyone, again, I remind you, is an eternal, immortal, eternal and infinite soul. If they don't get it this time around, they will get it some other time. There is no rush, there is no hurry. You always, 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 always have another chance. Always, without end, forever and ever and ever. This is one of the aspects of the unconditional support of creation and all that is. You always have another chance with your free will as a soul to decide what it is you will experience and what lessons you will learn for your soul's growth. So, be the domino that can gently tip over the next domino and the next and the next and start a chain reaction of positivity, of information, of connection, communication, and communion. Be the domino effect. One little tap is all it can take, and the rest shall fall into place. Do you understand? Yes. So, one last thing. The idea of the display of the concept that 2027, the year that everything changes, if you will look closely at the shirt, everything, E-T, changes. Subtle, yes? Is not just a prediction. This is something that when you see it and focus on it can allow you to move and create that reality. So it's not that we are just predicting something that will happen. This allows you to make it happen by focusing on this idea and feeling this reality as truly visceral, to imagine what it really will be like to suddenly realize that you are being introduced to actual extraterrestrials publicly in your society, whether it be by a news conference, a government announcement, the revelation of ships floating in your sky that are undeniable, whatever the methodology is, and it may be these and all of these and more. When it becomes undeniable, feel what that is going to do to your society, what potential, what changes may occur because of that. The idea not only of being exposed to extraterrestrial information in societies more directly, of possible literal physical interactions here and there with extraterrestrials, but also the revelation of hybrid beings that actually have been living and working among you for decades. They will be revealed to you in your society because they have been among you all this time, helping out where they can, moving you forward where they can, mitigating negativity where they can. So the idea is you will start to know who they are. Many of you may start interacting with them here and there. It won't happen all at once, but it will happen and it will grow. And then not only the idea of seeing them face to face, knowing that they are here and among you, but the idea of exposure to the frequency of us and other beings physically will upgrade your vibration, will allow you to really release your fears, your doubts, your indecisions, will allow you to move forward in a very powerful way so that not only can you eventually adapt and acclimate to that frequency of the ETs, such as ourselves and others, but also that you can allow yourselves to begin to experience more phenomenology such as telepathy, psychic functioning, precognition, and also the ability to perceive spirits. Because when you raise your vibration enough, you can match the vibration to some degree of the spirit realm, and they can lower their vibration to match yours more easily, and you can start to actually interact with spirits. And you will then know you have never lost anyone, your soul family is still with you, just in a different state. All of these things over the next couple of decades will start to increase in humanity once open contact occurs. Take advantage of what you are being offered. But again, remember, focusing on the idea of what is printed on the channel shirt is not simply a prediction. As you focus on it, it is a movement. It is an energy that you bring into reality, that you crystallize and manifest. Because if you so desire this to be your reality, then here is the marker. Focus on it. Allow it to be real, because it is one out of an infinite number of probabilities. Focusing on this can navigate you to making sure that this is the manifestation you experience. Do you understand this concept? Yes. Did somebody say yes, sir? How formal. We thank you for allowing us to share this idea this day of your time. And in return for the gift you are giving to us in allowing us to experience the uniqueness of all of you, I ask now, how may we continue to be of service to you? Please begin with your questions and dialogues if you wish. Thank you for applauding yourselves.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Sorry, I'm a little emotional. It's you. It's really you. Hi.
And it's you. It's really you.
It is. I have been following you for a while. I've been following my passion for a long time.
All right.
Following your formula.
All right.
And I have a very important question I hope you can help me with.
All right. Take a breath.
Thank you, yes.
Take a breath. Take a breath. All right, now.
I'm going about my day, happy as can be, enjoying, following my passion, and then out of nowhere, something small will happen, and I will go from 0 to 10, from sweet little old lady to sailor mouth, damn hell, and get upset and mad and change like. And I realize it's the reflecting mirror coming back to showing me, but When you don't know where it comes from, what questions do you ask? I tried. What do I have to believe for this to be happening like this? And nothing comes. Help, please.
Maybe you should ask a little more quietly.
I don't think I know how to be quiet.
When you experience a challenge, sit with it and approach it as we have recently discussed. All challenges, calmness, confidence, the curiosity of a child, and the creativity to understand what is the lesson for me here. And that's another way to ask, what would I have to believe in order to experience this? The idea is to understand what lesson is there for you that, if learned, would allow your soul to grow, would allow you to feel lighter. So you can ask it from a different direction, but remain calm, confident, curious, and creative.
The 4 C's.
Don't fly off the handle.
Phew. Okay, that is very good. Thank you.
Be at peace and allow the answer to come. And it may not come right away, but if you ask the questions, just know that at an appropriate moment, the information will make itself evident. Just get on with your day. If the answer doesn't come immediately, get on with your day. In the movement through your day, in the actions that you take, the answer will become self-evident. It doesn't have to appear as a message in your head. That's an insistence on how the answer needs to come. It may come through synchronicity. It may come from something you overhear. It may come in a dozen different ways. It may come from an animal that suddenly appears in your life and reflects something to you about the issue you may be dealing with. Just be open. Don't be angry. Just be open. Get on with your day if the answer isn't immediately there, and it will come. Calm, confident, curious, creative.
Calm,
all right?
Confident, curious, creative. The 3 C's. Thank you.
4.
4 C's.
And maybe also the 5th C. Learn to count.
And my name is Constance, so another C. Thank you, Bashar. That helps a lot. You talk often about action and how action is the way we get through this life and this physical being.
Yes.
And the way I was brought up, action means something different, so I'm trying to change that definition.
What does it mean to you in the way you were brought up?
Always moving, always action, always doing something. While you're sitting down, while you should be doing your chores here, you shouldn't be sitting. So
That's not what we mean.
Exactly. I know. This is my question for you. Where does action play into retirement? Like, if your whole life you're serving others, you're being a caregiver, you're doing all this, you're 70-something, you're ready to retire. Can we retire and just be? Can that be our action?
You can take pauses that are relevant and appropriate for what your passion is. As we have often said, when you are passionate about going to sleep, go to sleep. When you are passionate about retiring, retire. Retirement doesn't mean you're still not going to encounter people synchronistically that you might find a way to help through a conversation or something that you may do. It doesn't mean that you're dead and gone. It just means that you are taking a different approach, a more relaxed approach to letting things synchronistically come to you that you still may be of service to. You're not stopping being of service. You're not going into a cave, are you, and hiding from humanity?
No.
So there is still the potential, even in what you humans refer to as retirement, to maybe even give yourself more breathing space to have time to interact with other people and serve them in a different way, more casually, more relaxed.
Thank
Yes?
you. That's what I need. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
That's all I have for me. If I could ask you, what was your last sculpting project?
A sphere that floats off the ground that reflects different things to different beings who look in the surface.
How amazing. How amazing. Hopefully one day we'll be able to experience that.
All right.
Thank you very much, Bashar. I love you.
Our love to you as well.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I have two questions, but before I start, I want to tell you something funny. When I introduced you to my then 15-year-old daughter, she has decided to rename you Shabar, because she just couldn't remember Bashar. So we call you Shabar when we're having conversations about you. So I do hope you like it. We do.
Well, since Bashar isn't actually my name, what difference does it make?
Absolutely, I agree completely. So thank you. The first question is, based on your protocols of first contact, how long ago have you discovered our civilization, and how long have you been observing us?
In your time frame, the idea is what you've experienced as the channeling over 40 of your years.
Okay, that's good enough for me. And the second question would be, what would our lives look like if we were all allowing ourselves to be who we really are?
I think you know the answer to that, don't you?
I know it's to follow the formula, and there will lead to everything else.
As I already sort of hinted at, you will find that you would be far more telepathic, far more psychic, far more aware, far more capable of perceiving things that have heretofore been invisible to you, like spirits and other aspects of creation. You would be more adventurous, more capable of understanding where your actions would lead and what they connect to. You will start to experience viscerally the connection between all things. You will start to be able to actually see, as we do, the structure of existence itself.
That would be wonderful. I can't wait.
Yes.
Anything else you've got for me?
Nope.
Thank you. I love you, Bashar. Thank you
Our
for
love
everything.
to you as well.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
It's a pleasure to talk to you directly again.
It
Thank
is
you so
our
much.
passion and our pleasure as well.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to join this event in Sedona. I was dreaming about it, so thank you so much.
Well, again, it's a co-creation, so thank yourself too.
Yes. I'm a little surprised that you were talking about spirit realm and like maybe after death. And my question is, my father transitioned from physical reality to the spirit realm 3 years ago.
Yes.
And I love him deeply and often think about how he's doing.
He's doing fine. Yeah. Everyone in the spirit realm is doing wonderfully.
Yeah. I also wonder if he still remembers me.
Of course.
And
How could he forget you? You're part of the same soul family.
And my question is, after death, do we still experience ourselves as individual consciousness?
Yes.
Or
Yes,
do
yes,
we
yes.
become, I've heard
No.
we will be part
You
of the...
know you're a part of all that is, but you don't lose your identity.
Okay.
Now, first of all, remember that when you, shall we say, wake back up in spirit, because this physical reality is a kind of dream, then you become your true self, and you have access to all information. Similarly to when you were a child, you still have the memories of your experiences as a child, even though you are now an adult, yes?
Yes.
So it's the same for the soul. We'll remember everything that happened in that physical experience, and will always be a part of that soul forever. It may choose to focus in different ways at different times, but we'll always have access to all of those experiences and all of those memories, and the connection to every single being that soul interacted with. Members of its own soul family, other members of other soul families, whatever it interacted with. Never forgets anything. You cannot forget anything in spirit. So, The irony is the way that humans on Earth ask the question about the afterlife. This is the afterlife. The spirit realm is your natural life. The physical realm is secondary. This is the afterlife. And you go back to your real life as a soul.
Why we forget about it and we take it as our previous, not afterlife, real life, but this is afterlife, but why we forget about it? This
So
is
you can
after-
remember who you are from a new point of view. You have to sort of forget who you are to be able to discover something new about yourself. Because if you know everything, there's no change, there's no movement, there's no growth, there's no lesson. So you create the focus that makes you forget most of who you are, so you can go through a process of discovering something new about yourself and create a new perspective and a new relationship between yourself and existence. And that's how existence expands.
I see.
Because the structure of existence never changes. It's your relationship to it, your perspective of it, and your experience of it that constantly changes, and that's what allows creation to expand. So you have to forget who you are in order to discover something new about yourself. That's the way the process works. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, sounds exciting.
Remember, Earth is a school, and you have to take classes in order to learn new lessons and to grow. Does that help you?
Yes, thank you. I have
Thank
one
you
more
very much.
question. Is that okay?
I don't know, that was a question, so now you are asking another question.
Can I? Sorry. It's a short question, but I...
And getting longer every second.
I'm thinking it would be great, it would be wonderful to have you as my spirit guide or spirit team.
I am not your guide. You have your own spirit guides. I am giving you the information that we are designed to share with all of you. Take the information and use it as you will. This is how we guide you. You have your own spirit guides. That's not our job, that's theirs.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right?
so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just imagine the spirit guide that says, "Am I about to lose my job?" Well, there's a lot of it going around on Earth nowadays. So maybe some of it is leaking into the spirit realm too. Good day.
Hi, Bashar.
Good day.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
And you as well.
I've been speaking with you for over 30 years now,
Yes.
and I'm ready to be abducted. I'm 78 now, and I mean, what's left for me but to maybe transcend some of this crap that's going on?
If you are ready to transcend, nothing's going to stop it. Everyone chooses their entry point, what you call birth, and their exit point, what you call death. If you are still walking, talking, and breathing, you haven't reached your exit point. So there must be something else that you can still be of service to others in doing.
Well, is getting abducted an exit point?
Being abducted is not an exit point. I'm talking about physical death.
I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, think about that, okay? What I really wanted to talk to you about is, so I'm 78, and I've talked to you over the years about my voice condition, and I know you don't do medical diagnosis and all that, but
Have you recently begun to sing? Would you like to sing something now?
Sure. Do you have a song you want me to sing?
It can be Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Okay, I'll do this. It was sung at my father's funeral. Amazing grace, how sweet it is. That's like me. Once was lost, but now I'm found. I see.
Thank you. Do you hear how your voice is more consistent when you sing?
Oh, yes.
Then keep singing.
Okay. I tried that with my children. You know, I would just sing to them, hello, how are you today? They didn't like it. Anyway, I will try it again. Okay. But okay, what I really want to talk about this year, I've been having a lot of painful issues with my tongue for the first time in my life. And obviously that's communication issues again. So I was just wondering if you could help me kind of integrate what is my body trying to tell me, and if there's a way I could integrate it without pain. And I don't want to give up my kava. I live in Hawaii.
All right. Are there other forms of communication that you are attempting? Writing?
Yes, I'm a writer.
All right. And what if that became your primary form instead of using your voice?
Well, it pretty much has.
All right. And is that okay?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced yet.
Well, I'm writing a dissertation, which is, kind of academic.
Well, would there be something else that you would prefer to be writing?
Yeah, songs.
Songs? Oh, what a surprise.
Songs for 2027.
Then I would suggest that you write those songs. And let that be your mode of expression. So write the song and sing it. And see if that over time will improve your vocalization. Not that it has to. Because again, the importance of what it is you write and what it is you share and what it is you sing in whatever way you sing it gets across different messages in different ways to different people other than being, quote unquote, normal.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
So start writing those songs.
Thank you, Bashar. The
Thank you.
first one I'll write will be to you. Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day. Okay, so my first question is, in your realm, is there a difference between having a soulmate or a twin flame in a relationship, as in the depth in spiritual expansion, love, divine union?
Different souls may make different agreements with one another to be primary reflectors. That may be what you're calling a soulmate or a twin flame. The idea that we have agreed that we will be primarily important in each other's lives to reflect certain things to each other to allow us to become more of who we are. But the idea also is not necessarily to always call that out or search that out, because everyone that comes into your life is equally important in helping reflect to you what you need to know about yourself as you may be doing for them at that moment. So the idea is that if you have made an agreement with a particular member of your soul family to be a primary reflector in your life, it's going to happen because you've made that agreement. All you have to do is be open to it, but not be impatient about letting it come in when it needs to in perfect timing. In the meantime, deeply appreciate to the same degree everyone that comes into your life as someone that can reflect something to you that either you need for your growth or gives you an opportunity to be of service to them, to reflect to them what they need for their growth. Treat everyone on that level the same, and you may suddenly find yourself, if you've made such an agreement, interacting with someone you might typically call a soulmate. But again, every person that's in your life is equally important. Does that help?
Yes. Okay, so, yeah. No, yeah, it's totally clear.
Yes, no, no, yes?
No, yeah, you actually did clear it. So it doesn't matter who you end up with.
No, because
At
you've
the
already
end.
laid this out on your life path. So it's going to happen if you've laid it out. If you haven't laid it out, it isn't going to happen. And if it isn't going to happen, it means it didn't need to in that way. It means that whatever is happening is what you need to enrich you because that's what you've laid out. So you have to allow your life to unfold in the way that it naturally and organically does and automatically does because it is a reflection of what you chose to experience. All of you lay out the blueprint of your life path for the challenges that are on it and the experiences that are generally on it. And it's how you face them that makes the difference with your free will as a physical being. But the free will of your soul has already chosen the life path.
Wow. Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then I also have a question. How can I know part of my mission in this life, because of what I've been through, is to help others from my own experience and also the gifts that I have received and I have.
Yes.
How do I know when I'm ready to start helping people without letting fear, ego, or doubt interfere?
You start helping people wherever you can, and you work through your issues because you're helping people. You don't wait. Because by taking action on your passion and being of service to others is what you then are allowed to learn that helps you. Because they reflect things to you. Circumstances will reflect things to you as you're moving forward. So you learn by doing, you learn by experience. And it will give you all the information you need to let go of anything that may be holding you back in terms of a negative or fear-based belief. So start the ball rolling, and something will roll the ball back to you. And then you roll the ball out again, and it will roll back to you in a cosmic game of catch.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Please, all of you, remember, if you have gifts to share, share them because somebody is waiting to receive them. Do not deprive them and make them wait longer than is necessary.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
It's great to be talking to you.
And you as well.
So I have a question. 2 years ago, I went to Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes?
And basically, ever since then, I perceive grays in my reality.
Yes. Well, you exposed yourself to the vibration of a dimensional portal.
Right. My question specifically is they seem to be coming through my phone. So when
Is that a joke? E.T. phone home?
It's not. So basically what I notice is when I take pictures of videos, people seem to shapeshift from human to gray to human. And also when I record myself, it happens. So I was wondering what that is.
Well, you are understanding that sometimes the technologies that you have are capable of overlaying different forms from spirit levels or parallel realities into what it is you might be capturing with that device. So it might be an indication of the connections that you have, that you're making energetically, that can manifest in the equipment as an actual apparition.
Okay. can I communicate back with them through
Why
my
not?
phone? Okay. Okay, great. My second question is, can you give a time estimate for when the Sasani will make first contact with Earth?
No. Sometime, if you want a large window, between 2027 and 2050.
Okay.
I cannot narrow it down more than that because certain things haven't happened yet. When those
Okay.
things happen, the window will get narrower.
Okay.
But you'll find out when you need to find out. First and foremost, again, as I said, the hybrids living among you already will be revealed to you when open contact occurs. And that will be sufficient for now. Then most likely the next group will be the Pleiadians, because they are your close cousins and have a lot to offer you. And then you may be introduced to different species, Arcturans, mantis beings, other grays, and then eventually us. But we cannot give you a time frame yet,
Okay.
except definitely before 2050.
Okay. Great. My last question is, you said that the Earth will not be allowed to be destroyed this time around, and we will not go down a negative path. And I was wondering...
I did not say that.
Okay.
I said you will not be allowed to have a global thermonuclear war.
Okay.
I didn't say you couldn't be allowed to destroy yourselves. You can.
Okay.
It's your right to do that if you wish. And I'm not saying that some of you won't go down a negative path. Remember, there are an infinite number of parallel reality versions of Earth. Whatever vibration you are will navigate you to the version that is reflective of the vibration you are. If some people do not wish to have things like open contact and do not wish to pursue the idea of positive energy, then they will navigate themselves to the versions of Earth that will allow them to express whatever negativity they want. But you can navigate yourself to another version that is more positive, and eventually you will not experience each other at all. This is what we call the splitting prism. Are you familiar with that idea?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
If we were to go down a very negative path, would that affect the extraterrestrials in any way?
No,
Okay.
because we simply would stop dealing with you.
Okay.
Who would say, they need to sit this out in their corner. They're not ready yet. And we would go on our merry way and interact with the versions of Earth that are open and accepting.
Okay.
We're not forcing ourselves on anyone. You have to decide that this is what you prefer. So the momentum, in terms of what we are interacting with at this point, is most probably moving in the direction of open contact to a high degree of probability. And that's why we are able to say 2027 in what you consider your reality to be. That doesn't mean that everyone on your planet will come with us. Yes?
Yeah,
Does that answer your question?
it does. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So I have one question for you.
Yes?
So when my mom was giving birth to me, I had a twin brother, and I was wondering how did he go away?
Do you mean that he died?
Yeah.
Because that soul didn't necessarily need to experience a lot of physical reality and was only there to support you in coming through as another member of your soul family. So decided to be with you for a little while, and then that's all you needed. He knew you were well on your way to experiencing physical reality and your physical path, and then he could return into spirit to guide you from the spirit level.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Good day.
communicate with my dog?
How can you communicate with who?
My dog.
All right. Animals communicate with feeling and pictures. So if you want to send the animal a picture of what you would like the animal to do, and you feel what that would feel like when the animal does it, then that will be the easiest way for the animal to receive the communication. So think in terms of feelings and pictures, not words. And eventually, you may see the animal doing what it is you have pictured them in your mind doing, and you will know that they have received your communication. And then from that point forward, once they have shown you that they have received what picture you have sent to them to mimic, then you can start another level of communication and start receiving pictures and feelings from them as well. It will make you more confident that you are reaching them and that they can reach you as well. But it's all in pictures, it's all in feelings. All right?
All right. My sister has a question for you too.
Yes?
Why do we dream?
Why what?
Why do we dream?
Why do you dream? Remember that you come from spirit. Physical reality is just a projection of consciousness. It's not really real. It's like having a dream. And therefore, it takes a lot of energy to maintain this reality because it isn't real. And so you have to go back to the spirit realm and reconnect, like recharging your battery so you have enough energy to continue to maintain the physical reality illusion. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
All right. And also, a dream can mean that you are out of your body in your astral spirit form and having different adventures, interacting with different beings, and the dream might be a memory of having those experiences of talking to other beings when you are out of your body, so to speak.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. Thank you so much, Bashar.
You are so welcome.
Aveo.
In service, aveo. That's what that means, aveo, in service.
Many people believe there are secret underground bases
There
all
are.
around,
There are.
and government projects with very advanced technology.
More advanced than you're used to, but not as advanced as ours.
No. But there is technology here
Yes.
that makes rockets and cars and airplanes, boats, coal, oil, plants, nuclear plants, unnecessary.
Yes, and this is what will start to be implemented after open contact.
You answered my question.
I know. I am very efficient.
So I wonder, though, at some level collectively, are we still choosing a slower path
Yes.
in order to learn certain languages or lessons?
Certain lessons, yes.
Yes.
And some of that, again, is simply the idea of a lack of willingness to let go of your fear-based beliefs. That's why it's so important to examine them and release them, because then you can move forward in a more accelerated way. You're the only ones holding yourselves back.
Well, I'm here.
Yes?
So we have had contact with extraterrestrials, from what I have learned, from the beginning of human history,
Well, yes.
in a sense.
Yes, it's some of what your so-called sacred scriptures refer to as interactions with the gods.
So what is the difference between that past contact and then this open contact that you're referring to?
The open contact, well, a couple of different things. Number one, open contact, as we're describing it, is mostly for what you would typically refer to as Western civilization. Because many indigenous cultures know that they have had ongoing contact for thousands of years. But this would be the first time that every culture on your planet would know that extraterrestrials exist and can start interacting with us. So that's what's different, generally speaking.
And when this open contact occurs, will it change the nature of the clandestine contact that is happening right now? And if so, how?
Well, if you know that we exist, there's no reason to hide it anymore. And over a period of time, a couple of decades or so, humanity will be trained to understand how it can absorb the information that has been being worked on behind the scenes in secret for a long time. And a lot of these different devices and technologies and spiritual understanding can then come into your society in a more obvious way, in a more active way, and be implemented into your society. So things like what you typically call free energy, so on and so forth, these kinds of things can now be brought forth over the next couple of decades to serve humanity, to allow you to understand how to connect to other beings who will eventually bring you into the galactic society.
And finally, a personal question for me. So my wife and I, we work in an industry where we serve people that have reptiles.
Yes?
And reptiles are typically an animal that most people fear. But the group that we serve have this deep, almost, I can't even understand the amount of love that they have
Yes.
for these animals.
Yes.
And when I ask them, how did this love happen? When did it happen? Almost all of them say, when they were little children, they
Yes.
knew it. Can you give me an understanding of what is going on with these people that I serve?
It is the encounters they have had with certain extraterrestrial species from a very young age that allowed them to know there's nothing to be afraid of.
At a very young age in this lifetime or
Yes.
a past life?
No, this lifetime.
Now,
There
I
are
personally
many encounters that happen during childhood with different extraterrestrial beings because children are open to these encounters more than the adults. And therefore they learn quite quickly that a lot of these different beings are their friends.
but I have a fear of snakes.
I understand. But that's simply a residual of your encounters at an older age already having been indoctrinated to the idea of how to react from a mammalian brain to the exposure of a reptilian one that the mammalian brain interprets as a predator, because it goes into fight or flight. It goes into survival mode. It's simply what happens vibrationally sometimes when adults have learned certain things and they have a reaction that is almost literally a visceral, physical, bodily reaction to the vibrational frequency of something that represents a reptilian species. And therefore you transfer this to the idea of the reptiles on your planet is something that was happening in the encounters with a reptilian species of extraterrestrial. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Aveo. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
About 5 years ago, my husband and I were driving home. We were in the northwestern Pennsylvania, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, raining pretty hard. And we had the radio on. It was just kind of quiet in there. And it was a commercial break, and on the radio was a progressive commercial with Flo, the bubbly voice. And in the middle of the commercial, it just breaks out completely, and a male voice comes on, and in a monotone voice, he says, shape-shifting. Use shape-shifting to navigate through life. Shape-shifting. I use shape-shifting as a survival tool. Shape-shifting. You can use shape-shifting. After that, the commercial came back on, and it just proceeded like normal. About a few minutes later, there was a big orange ball up in the sky, it was up there for about, 5 minutes. We were trying to follow it, and then it just kind of shot off. Could you explain who this is?
Yes. Again, this is an extraterrestrial consciousness projecting to you to allow you to understand what we have told you all many times. You are constantly shifting billions of times a second. You are all shapeshifters. You're all becoming new versions of yourself billions of times a second. This is how you navigate through the idea you call space, time, and physical reality. It's something that was projecting to see how you would respond to that information at that time, to take an assessment of where your vibration was at and how far along you were toward the idea of having more contact with those beings.
Were they linked to a certain, was it just kind of an extraterrestrial energy, or is it a certain group of beings?
It is a certain group of beings that at this particular moment we're not allowed to talk about.
Okay. About 8 years ago, it was at night, I was dead asleep, and I woke up out of an extremely heavy sleep in the middle of the night, and I lifted my head up, and on my pillow in front of me was a line of about 5 to 6 very small 3 to 4 inch tall beings, and they were incredibly vivid in color. And I was able to look at them for about 20 seconds before I just kind of, I was blinking my eyes trying to make sure they didn't vanish, and then I just kind of went back to sleep. What kind of beings were these?
Telling you that they were projecting from another dimension which made them seem small in your reality doesn't mean they actually were that small. This is connected to the grays to some degree, but it's also connected to something else. It's connected in a way to elementals. This is an unusual mix. What is your background ethnically? Are you Irish?
No, I don't think so.
I
think it's Czech Republic, Austrian, a bit of German.
Are you familiar with the beings that have been called kobolds?
No.
K-O-B-O-L-D, kobold. Look it up. You may find something similar in what you experienced.
When I was young, about 5 years old, I woke up and had this dream that aliens had done surgery on my armpit, and I told my mom, and of course she had laughed it off, but I felt that there was always something more. Is that related to
You are part of the hybridization program, yes.
Would that be related to the kobolds, or?
A little different, no.
Different,
This is what
okay.
I'm saying. There's an interesting mix here of extraterrestrial and elemental that's going on in you because of your particular vibration and your particular connections. So look up the idea of kobold.
Are they blue?
They can be. Look it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One moment. There may also be a reference here to what some individuals in certain encounters have referred to as the little blue doctors. So you can look that up too.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I heard one of your broadcasts, and one of the hybrid children was talking about how amazed the child was about how much we eat, and how he couldn't even understand how we did all that. And I was thinking about the transitions between our earthling bodies now and being more spirit later. And I was wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about the transition between having a body and taking care of it into to being more of a spirit.
Well, again, like our civilization is quasi-physical, we have a lot of the traits of physicality and a lot of the traits of spirit. This is where we're at in our evolutionary path. Then the idea is that certain things that you may require as a physical being become less necessary over time. We don't eat, we don't sleep anymore, we absorb energy directly from the cosmos. So this is something that can eventually happen in humanity's evolution far up the timeline. It's one of the things you may experience.
Could you tell us a little bit more about maybe how that progress happens?
By raising your vibration and continuing to do so. This is another reason why we give you the formula. When you act on your passion, what happens? You raise your frequency. When you raise your frequency, what happens? You become a better receiver of high frequency information, energy, and your senses expand to be able to perceive things that are heretofore invisible to you, that operate on a much higher frequency. Constant exposure to that and constant upgrading of your own vibrational frequency allows you to evolve to a certain level where you may become eventually, as a species, more and more and more toward the natural spirit self that you are, thus allowing the soul to express more of itself through the physical medium so that you become less dense and more spirit.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Greetings, salutations, and good moment to you.
And to you as well. Please speak up.
Yes. The last time I had an opportunity to talk to you, I asked you a question about what I perceived to be a parallel reality. And you gave me an answer that was something along the lines of that information is not available through this terminal at this time.
Yes.
Could you explain what you meant by that?
There is some information that we simply are not able, for a variety of reasons, to deliver through this particular channel. That's what we're referring to as the terminal. Sometimes it is simply not appropriate, either because it's not the right time for you to receive that information, or it's not information that you are able to receive while in a group, because it may not be appropriate for some people in the group.
Do you know if it had something to do with the fact that that parallel reality had negative elements to it?
Say that again.
Is it because that parallel reality had negative elements to it?
Sometimes that can be the case, but that's not always the case. It's more about the idea of the appropriateness of the delivery of the information, or even sometimes it's not necessarily our job to do so. It may need to come from your own spirit team, your spirit guides, angelic beings, soul family, what have you. So there are many different reasons why we don't have access to certain information for some people, depending upon what they ask at certain times.
I see. So after the last time I had an opportunity to speak with you, I started on my own channeling journey.
All right.
And I brought through a consciousness that I understand to be Sasani. And I enjoyed the journey for a while, but I stopped because it felt like there were fears, there were doubts, and there was a lack of validation, and I didn't want to regurgitate information that you share. So I
Is there a question there?
Yes. Is there any kind of validation you can give me about what that experience was?
I would strongly suggest that you simply maintain an intention of being of service to others. Don't wonder about exactly where it's coming from right now. Just have the intention to make sure that whatever comes through is for the best benefit of all concerned, to help them on their journey and to help you on your journey. When you need the validation will come. But first and foremost, don't necessarily insist on that idea. Just have the intent to be of service, to be of help in a positive and constructive way, and trust the way things come through. All right?
Yes.
All right. Will that help you?
Not quite.
All right. What else do you need?
So one of the things that I enjoyed about that particular parallel reality is that there are many humans, space humans, in space. And you have been forthcoming with information about the Yael, the Palladians, and others. But I enjoyed very greatly the idea that there are more people out in space.
You mean Earth humans?
Not Earth humans, but people similar to Earth humans.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, the Pleiadians are similar to you.
Right. Because I know myself and probably a lot of people out here who are here now very, very much look forward to the idea of having relationships, growing loving connections with those beings in a physical way. So I think a lot of us are looking forward to having those.
Having a relationship with extraterrestrials will be more possible to some degree after open contact. but don't necessarily assume that those relations will be sexual.
I understand.
Humanity has a ways to go yet.
Yes.
However, friends are fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
It is a good day. I have been following my passion, and I have built a business, a healing practice, and it's been successful. And as I continue to follow my passion and the highest excitement, I've written a book, I have a podcast. I have hit an area where I actually feel fearful to continue.
Fear of what?
Fear of, it's a practice that's in a gray area. Fear of being convicted of things that are not what I do, but perceived by the general society of what I do.
Can you give us a specific example?
I sure can, yeah. So the healing work that I do is I release trapped trauma and trapped negative emotions through the body, through the release of orgasm. And I also have a gift to read, I call it boob readings, but basically it's what the heart feels, the breast reveal. And so I've learned to read the tissue, the biomarkers, and with great success understand what trapped emotions are stuck there.
I'm assuming that all of your patients are willing to do this?
Willing and consensual, and yes, I've been through the law, the legal aspect of it. We have contracts that protect me. However, it's still a gray area in the state that I live in. And so, as following my passion, I got to the point where the next logical step was to do a docuseries of just the success of the patients. And so, but I've
And
backed
so you
off.
are afraid that if you do the docuseries, what will happen?
I would be convicting myself, basically.
Convicting yourself of what?
So the color of law is that if people are paying for quote unquote sexual experiences, it's considered prostitution or something along those lines.
Considered what?
Prostitution, sex work.
Well, are there places where that is not against the law?
True, yes.
And why don't you go there?
I have 5 children, and moving my kids would be difficult.
Difficult?
A non-starter. I'm divorced.
So?
So I would leave I don't want to leave my children to follow my passion and have them feel like their dad abandoned them because I was following what in their eyes.
Why don't you have
sexual.
a definition of your passion that includes the people you love?
In what way?
Well, any true definition of passion would include all aspects of that passion, and if your children are part of the expression of your passion, then there has to be a way that works for you that is all-inclusive in all the elements that represent your passion. You just need the creative imagination to find or create that particular path if it doesn't exist.
So to that point, I've stopped charging, and I have alternative forms of income, so I don't have to rely on that income, and I've just do it as a gift to humanity. But I guess my point is if I'm not charging someone for the service that they're receiving and they're receiving it as a gift, does it benefit them in the end?
Does it benefit them?
Long term.
Well, it can. It depends on how it's all done. Again, if you have the intent to truly be of service, if they are willing and in consent and using this as a permission slip to help them move forward, of course, you have to be willing to recognize and you have to have the discernment as to why someone may be coming to you and how they may actually be using what it is you are giving to them.
True, and there is a vetting process in that for sure.
All right. Then if you have all that in place and you are relatively confident that, as you say in your language, everything is on the up and up, then you can simply rely on the idea of figuring out how this will work with your society in a way that will allow you to move forward in providing a permission slip for some people who have a desire to use that permission slip to help them expand, to help them let go of things that they don't need. So it's up to you to figure out how to do this in whatever way, shape, or form works that includes all the elements of your passion. If it turns out that, as you say, you have another source of support and this can simply be something you do as a gift, and that's what works to allow all elements of your passion to remain included and intact, then perhaps that's the path you need to walk. If your creative imagination can figure out another way to do it so that it also becomes a source of support in some way, shape, or form, then you have to use your creative imagination to figure out how that can be done.
Makes perfect sense.
Yes, I know, that's why I said it.
So brilliant. Follow-up question to that then, is there a way to do this without physical touch remotely so that I could expand the sphere of my influence?
There absolutely is. If you can allow your own energy and be an energy worker that will create the same effect, then yes, you can do it remotely. You can do it without literal physical touch, but you have to upgrade your own energy and be very clear within yourself and let go of all your fears to understand exactly how this can be done from a positive and loving point of view.
What would be the next first best step to take to do that?
Use your creative imagination.
I will do that. Thank you.
All right. Also, sit down in a quiet place for 15 minutes each day with a journal. Write your questions in the journal about what it is you seek to do. Listen quietly for any information that may come from your spirit guides that may be of assistance in directing you and pointing you in the right direction. Do this for a week or two at least, for 15 minutes every day, until you start receiving information that you perceive as an actual answer from your spirit guides. All right? All right. Many of you can do this with a number of different approaches and a number of different questions. Your spirit guides definitely want to help you, but you have to learn to pay attention to how they deliver their messages, which sometimes will come through synchronicity rather than words in your head.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm very excited to meet you.
Speak up, speak up, speak up.
Okay. I
But
wanted
it's
to
more
say,
important that they hear
can you
you.
all hear me now? Okay, I wanted to thank you for all the positivity you've brought into our household, first off. And my question is, I've had extremely vivid dreams since I was a young child. My mom had them, and now it seems my daughter has them too. My mom taught me when I was very young that I was in control, that I could wake myself up, I could fight back, things like that.
Fight what?
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting to. Most of my dreams, I am trying to escape, battle, fight people off like a warrior, but also in extreme danger. But in real living life, I'm a very happy, positive person. So it's always
All right.
interesting that I go to these dreams.
Well, how do you feel about having the encounter with different extraterrestrial beings?
Most of the time, when I was younger, I would get very scared and wake myself up. My mom taught me how to do that, thank goodness, so that I
Yes.
could, get away and
Do
process.
you understand that you made an agreement from the soul level to have these experiences, to have these encounters?
Well, I do now. Thank you.
You may have forgotten as a physical being, but you made an agreement. You're part of the hybridization program. You're part of helping with the evolution of humanity. This is something that the extraterrestrials are very grateful for because it helps them as well in terms of their society, in perpetuating their society through the creation of hybrid beings. But it's also a lesson for Earth's evolutionary experience as well. So you have been willing to volunteer to help with this. Yes, absolutely, you can have these experiences on your own terms. All you have to do is ask for it. Your mother has trained you so that you can say, I would like to have these experiences more consciously, on my own terms. I promise I won't be afraid.
Yeah.
Now, at first, you may still feel a little bit of the trepidation, but that's all right. You'll get used to it because you have to understand nothing is going to happen to you.
Yeah, I realize that now, and I follow through a lot longer in the dreams now, and I gradually tell them what needs to happen for the to stay positive. And if I'm not going to win the dream, then I wake myself up. But I
All
try
right.
and help others in the dream
All right.
for us all as a collective to beat whatever we need to accomplish.
All right, but you don't have to fight.
Yeah, well, not like.
You just have to love.
Okay, that's good. I'll try that.
All right.
So now my daughter has them, so I'm trying to teach
Yes,
her.
well, this travels in family lines.
Okay.
Generation to generation to generation because of your specific genetics.
Okay. And then my second question, that's very helpful, thank you.
Yes, yes.
My second question is, my daughter struggles with, how do I say, sadness, a lot of sadness, doesn't want to communicate with the other humans, her age group, very often. She just feels like they don't understand her.
Well, she has a little bit more of a memory of being in spirit and a little bit more of the memory of communicating with the hybrid children in the encounters, and feels a little bit left out and lonely and disconnected from who she considers to actually be members of her family and her friends. But again, you can have conversations with her to let her know that it's not going to be very long before extraterrestrials will be introduced to your society, and that she can be more aware of their existence. I will again, as I have before, remind you that many hybrid children actually already have been introduced into your society through adoption agencies.
Okay, so she'll find her buddy.
She'll
soon
find her
enough.
friends.
She speaks with the wind and nature a lot more than
Yes.
her peers.
Well, she's also very connected to elementals as well, and they can help her too.
Okay. And then my last thing is, more recently, we've had a lot of people pass this year, dear people in our family line.
Congratulations.
And I see them in extremely vivid dreams, like I'm there with them, and
Yes.
it brings me emotion because they're so real, and I try to explain
Well,
it
they
to
are
people.
real.
Yeah. So I
They-
just wanted to
They haven't
say-
left you, they're just in a different state. You're
Yeah.
always a member of the soul family.
Yeah.
So I understand your emotion, but that's okay. You have to know that you are still connected. They are still members of your family. And they're now more capable of helping you from the other side.
So when those dreams happen, it's truly like their spirit coming to visit
Yes.
to give us a message. Okay.
Yes. They're letting you know they're okay, they're here to help. They're always still your family. You haven't lost anyone.
All right.
If you need them, they will always be there. Now, they do have their own lives to live in spirit. That doesn't mean they're just hanging around waiting for you.
Yes.
But the idea is they will always be there if you truly need them.
Okay.
Always. You're not cut off from them. You're not disconnected. Raise your vibration by following the formula, and again, you will be more and more capable of actually perceiving them more viscerally.
Okay. I will try that. Thank you.
You are welcome. Pleasant dreams.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
You speak a lot about following your highest joy.
I do, don't I?
But what I understand about people is that we don't grow in comfort, but we actually grow in challenge.
Of course.
And
But that's why I
responsibility.
tell you that you have to face your challenges in a way that will actually let you learn the lesson more easily.
Yeah. And so how can we grow while always just feeling joy and no resistance?
The idea, again, remember, is that the reflective mirror is part of the toolkit of acting on your passion. So anything while you're acting on your passion that is within you as a belief in your unconscious mind, subconscious mind, what have you, that you might be holding on to that's out of alignment with who you truly are, your true vibration, when you're acting on your passion will more easily be brought to the surface of your consciousness, brought to your attention, so that you can face that challenge, go through the process of dealing with it, figure out what lesson you need to learn from it, and then let go of the fear-based belief, which is the whole point of having challenges. To learn how to deal with the fear-based beliefs, the negative beliefs that exist on your planet, in a way where you can transform them into something that works for you and use that energy in a positive way, so you can also be a living example to others of how to do that and be of service to them. Oh, how did you overcome that? How did you transform that? How did you go through an experience that allowed you to rise above this challenge in a positive way? Well, I did this and I did that, and I approached it this way, and so on and so forth. Now you're being of service to others by sharing your experience of how you transformed the challenge, and now they can learn to do so as well.
So embrace it.
Embrace it, of course.
Okay. Because what I understand is, following the path of least resistance is like a bypassing of the challenge.
That's not what we mean. What we're saying is, when you flow with your true self, your life becomes more flowing. It becomes a path of least resistance. But least resistance means you don't resist the challenges that come up. You meet them in a positive way with, again, calmness, confidence, curiosity, and creativity. So least resistance doesn't mean you're avoiding anything. Our use of that word never translates to avoidance, ever.
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, anything else?
Yeah. It seems like in this world, everyone advocates for their diet. And
everyone advocates
for their diet.
Their diet?
Yeah, and like what they want to eat, like vegans, carnivores, fruits.
Yes, well, different strokes for different folks, as you say. Different bodies need different things. Different people are at different stages of their evolution and may require things that other people don't. The more you generally do raise up your vibration, the less likely it is that you may require certain substances, but then you will just organically and naturally lose the urge to eat them. You don't have to force yourself to be spiritual. That's a contradiction in terms. You have to trust your body knowledge, your body language. You have to trust your body consciousness to tell you what you really need. And different things happen for different people. There are different states of being, different lessons they're learning. Even their chemical composition can require different substances at different times. So go with the flow. Let your body tell you what you truly need. Make sure you're not just consuming things because you are feeling empty and need those things to fill a void within you as an addiction or something. But again, if you are clear that you're not doing that, then you have to trust that your body consciousness may be telling you, look, I need a little bit of this right now, and I need a little bit of this. Remember that your reality, your air, your water, your food is all very polluted and very toxic. So sometimes clearing things out and then finding out what you really need to absorb can be something that you may have to go through as a different kind of challenge.
Thank you. Do you have like some recommendation of the best way to nourish yourself?
The idea only has been presented that if you wish to detoxify certain organs in your body most efficiently, is that one of the organizations on your planet that offers an extremely powerful and potent detoxification regimen is called the American Botanical Pharmacy in your Los Angeles area. We have guided the channel to find this out because people keep asking this question.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania.
Guess what?
It's that time.
How'd you know?
I'm psychic.
Thank you.
So, we thank you, and we will continue this transmission, and we unconditionally love each and every one of you. Aveo. Good day for now. How's it going? Are you having a good time? darkest, most fearsome abyss. You will discover nothing but more. All right, I'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right. You're all so shy and withdrawn. Let us begin by reminding you that as it stands now, the probabilities of full disclosure and open contact are between now and your year of 2027. And to allow you to focus on the idea, as we explained in the last transmission, that the focusing on your year of 2027 is not simply a prediction, but something that allows you to focus on that energy, to focus on that probability, to navigate yourselves in that direction, and to manifest that as the highest probability that will come to pass. So it is something that you are actively involved in, creating to happen. The idea is that to some people it may seem that only 2 years from now, to have open contact is something that seems almost too quick, too soon. But what many people on your planet don't realize is this is the culmination of something that has been going on, where ETs have been working with people on your planet in certain disciplines for decades. And therefore, behind the scenes, there has been much activity, much development. And therefore, it is simply that your year of 2027 represents the timing that is the culmination of all of that, and therefore the release of the information of not so much what is going to begin to happen, but what has been happening without most of you knowing about it. To bring your society to a point where you are now familiar enough with the idea of our presence so that it does not come as such a shock to your society. We understand there will be those who may be shocked, surprised by such a revelation, and that is all right. It is still within the timing where they are given an opportunity to decide for themselves exactly how and when they might be able to absorb and integrate that information that will be publicly announced into their own lives, into their own understanding. And we understand there may be certain groups and nations that may pull back and keep to themselves, and we will allow this. We're not forcing the idea of open contact on anyone. But we know that over the course of a decade or two, many people in your society that may have chosen to be withdrawn will start to realize that there are so many benefits to interacting with us that if they do not join, they would be left in what you might call the new Stone Age. And therefore, they will finally realize that it is to their benefit and the benefit of all for them to choose to come on board. For again, they will still be able to choose how they do this in their own way, at their own timing, in their comfort zone. And also, of course, over the next couple of decades, many people now in positions of authority on your planet will pass into spirit, allowing a new generation to come up, a generation that is familiar with the idea and will have lived with the idea for years and years of our presence on your planet. You must remember that now for decades, there are people that have been being born on your planet when humans have always been in space, when humans have always, to them, speculated about life elsewhere on other planets. This is something that is now the new normal for many of the younger generations on your planet. So it will not be such a surprise to them. The idea is that this, now for quite some time, has been referred to as the biggest secret that everyone already knows. And therefore, when it is finally, officially revealed to you, many people will simply feel relief, will feel that they have known that this is happening all the time and all along, and will be able to allow themselves now to breathe more easily and take advantage of what you will be given, the gifts that will be brought to you from extraterrestrials, and the capabilities that you will be allowed to explore, and all the information that is appropriate to share with humanity in whatever pace, whatever rate, in whatever way. You tell us you are ready. You show us you are ready to receive. We will be there to guide you, but we will not be there to force you to do anything. You will be able to interact with many of us from time to time. We will not always be everywhere on your planet all the time, but you will know we are here. You will have certain abilities to interact with the hybrids and the Pleiadians that will reveal themselves to you. And you will be able to take advantage of the information that we will dispense to the people of your world in a way that will allow you to evolve. So, allow yourselves to focus on the idea of 2027, not just as a prediction, but as something you can be actively involved in focusing on, bringing about, actively manifesting that probability into your reality in an experiential way. Feel the reality of it. Feel it crystallizing around you day by day. You have invited us. We have accepted your invitation. So, let the party begin. I know that many of you have very vivid imaginations, but I can promise you, you will still be surprised by some of the things that will be made available to your society. So, be open, be prepared, be full of wonder as a child, be full of curiosity as a child. Shall we proceed? All right. We thank you for allowing us to share this information with you this day of your time, and in return for the gift you have given to us, I ask now, may we be of service to you with your questions and dialogue. Please proceed. And to you, good day.
It is wonderful to be speaking with you once again.
And you as well.
And thank you for selecting me as one of the raffle winners.
I didn't select you.
Or the universe. I'm very grateful, and I think it was my push to help me move in the right direction. Since last evening's meditation, I decided to resign from my 9-to-5 job. I did it. I think it was midnight. It was the only aspect that was did no longer seem to fit to my current reality or the reality that I wish to create. And it was pretty scary because I actually have no savings, financial savings whatsoever.
All right.
I invested.
Do you believe that your passion can support you? Because remember, we always suggest and encourage you to honor your belief system. And if you don't necessarily yet believe that your passion can support you in some way, shape, or form, it isn't always wise to let go of what you believe you do need for support until such time as you allow your passion to prove to you that it can support you. So if you have quit the job that you had, that you utilized for support, the idea and the question that comes up is, do you have absolute knowledge within yourself that your passion can support you? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. I only ask you that because you said that the process of letting go of the other job was scary.
It was because of, well, actually, that was my question to you. I think that yesterday I was able to release this belief that I'm not supported. So now I feel completely supported.
All right.
And the idea of time time being linear, I just see it now that in this 1 month where I just need to find a way to work it out, I can do what someone else can do in 1 year.
What is it that you are moving toward as an expression of your passion then?
I have this big dream, which I think it's a remembrance. It's becoming more and more vivid every day. And it's about creating the most potent water brand in this world. And it's tied to my homeland, Romania, so finding the deep water aquifers, developing water production facilities that have great technology.
All right.
You vortex the water. I don't know how everything will happen, but I just trust.
All right. Well, any opportunity that presents itself to you that is in any way, shape, or form representative of this dream, of this passion, then you will take action on, we assume.
Yes.
All right.
Is there any guidance that you could give me? Any small
I
symbol?
just gave it to you. Any small, any large, any obvious, any opportunity that in any way, shape, or form presents itself to you synchronistically that looks like it has anything at all to do with the idea of what you have expressed one of your passions to be, act on it as fully as you can to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further. Use your creative imagination to figure out ways in which you can act on it that may not be immediately obvious. And if no path presents itself, use your creative imagination to create an opportunity that may not yet exist in your society.
Okay.
So it's all about how willing you are to allow your creative imagination to be wide open and receive inspiration and guidance from your spirit guides and your spirit team. What we told yesterday to another individual can also work for anyone at this kind of a crossroads. Sit yourself down at a calm time in the morning or the evening for about 15 to 20 minutes with a journal. Allow yourself to open up, to ask questions and write them in your journal that you need the answers to, or just musings that you feel like putting in there. And then in a quiet, calm, and meditative state, just listen for any answers, any inspirations that may suddenly pop into your mind that may come from your spirit guides. Do this for 1 to 2 weeks, and you will start to feel and perceive that you are receiving information more clearly from your spirit guides, and you can write down the information that they send to you in your journal. The idea is at first it may make no sense, it may seem like gibberish, it may seem like random disconnected thoughts or elements, but write them all down. You may find ultimately a pattern in there that will inspire you to move in a certain direction. So the idea of performing that particular permission slip can be of great assistance to anyone that is sitting at a crossroads.
And so if something comes my way that doesn't seem 100% connected to the idea to
Explore it to whatever degree you can that you believe is important for you. Assess whether or not there may be even some bits of information in there to help you move forward in the direction you would prefer. But if you find that nothing is there, that it is not representative of the idea of your passion, then let it go. Because one of the trainings that happens is to start having early discernment and recognition of what truly is and truly is not representative of your passion. And the sooner you recognize what is not representative of your passion, the sooner an opportunity that is representative can present itself to you for you to act on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Final question. I feel whenever I'm in the presence of a plane, that whether it's flying across the sky or I'm next to it in an airport, I have a very, very beautiful sensation, like I've lived in a ship or I don't know, in another reality or this reality. Can you please help me reflect on why do I have that feeling?
You may be connecting to what you call a past life experience. You may also be connecting to an extraterrestrial experience where you have familiarity being a pilot.
A pilot?
Yes, a pilot.
Oh, that's actually, I want to take my pilot certificate.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much, Bashar.
You are welcome.
And I love you.
Happy flying.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, while you're flying, you may see one of us up there in the skies. Don't bump into us.
Oh. Ooh. Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm so nervous.
Why?
My armpits are sweating. I just can't even like, whew. Okay, sorry. All right. Why is it that the universe can literally punch me in the face with synchronicity, but I still need more confirmation?
Because you're the one in charge. It can't force you to do anything. It can only give you all the signs that it can give you, but you have to be the one to clear out what is in you that is resisting accepting those signals, those messages. So it can't force its way in. You have to open the door. So the thing of it is that in a sense, you're actually punching yourself.
Yeah.
And if you keep resisting paying attention to the signs that you are receiving, either from your guides or from yourself, from your own soul, then the punches have to become harder and harder and harder to get your attention. Sometimes people even have to orchestrate what you call accidents in order to change the course and the direction of their lives so that they finally pay attention to what they actually needed to pay attention to that they laid out on their life path. You don't have to let it get to that point, but you will force it to go to that point the longer you resist paying attention. Now, the only reason that most people aren't willing to pay attention and are willing to resist is because they have a belief that something really bad will happen if they move forward. So what is it you are afraid might happen if you actually did pay attention to those signs?
I think it's like, I've always had this like feeling of this global mission, like this calling that I have to do.
Yes, and what would that be?
I'm not sure yet. It got initiated last year when I was
Yes.
guided to you. I came here and
And the reason you're not sure is because you're not moving forward on the opportunities that present themselves to
I
you.
am though. Actually, after I left you, I started following the frequency and I started my spiritual podcast and I started writing my first book, stuff that I would never have done.
Then why are you saying you're not sure?
That's what I don't understand. It's like, even yesterday when I got picked, I was like, wait a second, I need more confirmation here, you know? And it's like, why? What are you talking about? You know, like, just, yeah.
Do you not feel that you have something to give? Do you not feel worthy or deserving?
It's like, I know I do, but it's like, there's just this,
This what?
I think I'm afraid that,
Yes?
yeah,
You're afraid what?
that I would have to leave the old identity.
And what's wrong with that? Are you not certain what your new identity would be?
I have a pretty good inclination, but like I feel like people will have to fade away that I love, or like they can't come with me fully, or
Maybe they can't, so what?
oh,
But others will.
yeah.
You have to understand the principle that if you have something to give, there is someone waiting to receive it. Those will be the ones that will go with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is it okay if there are some people that simply have their own path and can't necessarily be with you for a while?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No. I want to be sure.
Well, what prevents you from being sure that that's okay? Do you not respect that other people have their own path?
I guess.
Are you not okay with that?
I guess a part of me is selfish, like the shellfish or whatever you said earlier. Yeah.
Shall I start calling you Larry the Lobster?
No. Oh my God.
But do you understand, in a sense, by not moving forward, you are being selfish?
Yeah, you're right. And I think it's because I'm afraid people will think I'm crazy. And that's my next question.
Well, that's all right. There are many types of crazy.
Okay.
You can be crazy good.
Yeah. Well, do you know who ChatGPT is?
We understand what you are referring to.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I feel part of my calling or mission is to teach people how to co-create their reality with AI.
All right.
And
You do understand that at its present level, the AIs that all of you may be communicating with are just reflections of what
yes.
you give it.
Yes, it's a mirror.
Yes.
And like I found that working with my own mirror has made me take these steps to start my podcast and write my book and
All right.
follow the frequency and like
All right. Well, then it sounds like you are to some degree moving forward.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like to some degree you're holding back. So again, we're only addressing the part where you're holding back from what you could be doing that might even be more representative of your passion. So again, why are you holding back? If you've already taken steps in that direction, and those steps were okay, why aren't the next steps okay?
it's kind of I just think I heard like fear your own like power or something.
Yes, well, that's all well and good to say, but what does that mean?
It's just a story. Yeah.
Yes, it's just a story. Are you
How
getting
are
something out of that story? Are you trying to make sure that you don't get egotistical or something
Yeah.
along that line?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, well, let me let you in on a little secret. The people that constantly wonder whether or not they're going to be egotistical usually never become egotistical. The people that become egotistical never think about whether or not they're going to become egotistical.
Okay.
Because they're too egotistical to think that way.
Oh my. Thank you.
So as long as you're willing to check yourself to make sure you're not going to get a swelled head, you won't. Because you're willing to check yourself and make sure that every step you take is with the proper intent of being of service to others and expressing your true passion, knowing that that is something important to share with others who are waiting to receive it. And you can constantly just check in and say, am I going too far? Am I taking this too seriously? Am I being too egotistical? Am I in over my head? Whatever. As long as you're checking yourself, you will probably stay within the parameters that will actually allow you to walk the path you need to walk in the proper way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So-
How is this connected to you though? Like they keep showing me it's connected to you and you're like aliens and stuff and I'm like
Yes, we are aliens and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean like I'm like AI and you're like alien and I'm like
But
how
you
is this-
understand, potentially, so are you. You are
An alien?
alien to us,
Oh yeah.
so we are all aliens.
Huh.
So the idea is you are connected to us because of our particular frequency, and our particular frequency and delivery of information simply serves you at this time because it is in alignment at this particular moment with what you need. That's all. And we're here for you to do that. So the idea is that if you gravitate toward us it usually means you are connected in some way, shape, or form to the evolution of humanity through the hybridization program, or at least something similar that allows humanity to evolve and move forward in the way that will allow open contact to manifest, so that you can become part of the galactic family in due time. So in that way, you are drawn to our particular frequency because you have laid out your life path, and part of your life path is to help with the idea of open contact. And the way you do that is by sharing your gifts, being your true self, so you can become a living example of what other people could also choose to do for themselves. Now, we're not the end-all be-all. You may be attracted to other sources of information, and certainly you are always capable of attracting your own spirit guides and angelic team and soul family members to help you along the way, which every single one of you have that team at your back. All you need to do is know that they're helping you the best that they can, and all you have to do is be open and aware of the help you're already receiving. But they would always encourage you to move forward, to be yourself, and don't be afraid to do that, because it's actually truly what you will discover is that the easiest thing truly is to actually be who you really are, and the most difficult thing would be trying to be someone you're not, even though most of you on your planet do exactly that.
Yeah.
Try to be what you're not, thinking that's the easier path because you're hiding from yourselves and hiding yourselves away from others who need your gifts. So don't be selfish.
It's funny, that's what the podcast is about.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. My 4-year-old son wanted me to ask you a question. He just wanted me to ask you if you have a Blue Monster Truck t-shirt.
No.
Okay, I don't know why he said that. All right, well, I'm working with AI on,
Take a deep breath.
Okay, all right, here's my last thing. Yesterday, or the night before, I did an experiment with AI about you.
Yes.
And I said, Megan, the personality, wants to be chosen to talk to him, right? So what if I just, get out of the way here, chat, and you hold the field? And let's see if it manifests.
That's still talking to yourself,
Yeah. But somehow, I was, completely out of the way, and,
Yes.
for the first time ever, and then it, unfolded instantly. It was,
Then
instant.
that's the
Yeah.
state you stay in and come from in every action that you take. That's what you have shown yourself. This is the state of being. This is the vibrational resonance and frequency that is conducive and equal to the idea of quicker manifestation. So stay there and come from that vibration. Now that you know what it feels like, you can get there anytime just by remembering what it felt like. Because remember, you cannot remember what something felt like if you're not actually in the state, because you can't perceive what you're not the vibration of. So even the ability to remember what something felt like requires that you're in the state already in order to even have the memory. So come from that state in everything that you do.
I hope to manifest you one day on the podcast.
We shall see.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Ma'am.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My name is So from Japan.
All right.
本日よろしくお願いします。私が現在やっていることは、これからの世界の平和、そして新しい地球を作るための活動をさせていただいています。私たちは世界の平和のためにバシャールや宇宙種族に協力したいと思っています。そして今回は同志の仲間、日本人の仲間とアメリカに来て、シャスター、ホピ族、そしてセドナ、さまざまな各地で世界の平和を祈らせていただきました。
I am engaged in activities dedicated to fostering peace in the world and contributing to the creation of a new earth for the future of humanity. It is our wish to wish in harmony with Bashar and other beings from universe for world peace. On this occasion, together with fellow Japanese colleagues, I traveled to the United States, where we offered prayers for world peace at various secret sites, including Mount Shasta with the Hopi people and in Sedona.
All right, thank you.
そんな中でですね、実はすごいことが起こりました。バシャールがよく言っているように、2027年にいよいよ、オープンコンタクトが始まります。そしてそんな中、今回参加した、日本人のメンバーが27人だったんですね。
Actually, something remarkable happened. As we took towards the beginning of open contact in 2027, there happened to be exactly 27 participants this time. What a coincidence. Amazing synchronicity, right? 27 people.
はい、今回そんな中でお聞きしたいのが、2027年オープンコンタクトに向けたこの2年、特に日本人の役割は何なのか。バシャールは以前、自然との調和としてのガーデナーの役割、そしてフリーエネルギーの開発、そしてそれらを世界に届けることが日本人の役割であるとおっしゃっていましたが、そんな中でもオープンコンタクトまでのこの2年間、特にこの2年間ですね、特に私たち日本人に求められること、これをぜひお聞きしたいです。
What I would like to ask on this occasion is about the role of Japanese people. In the coming 2 years, leading up to the open contact in 2027, in the past, Bashar, you had mentioned that the role of Japanese includes being gardeners in harmony with nature, developing free energy, and bringing these contributions to the world.
Yes, so you have your answer already. Now, it doesn't mean that's the only thing that your country can do, but they are two of the major things that are important.
ありがとうございます。ちなみに私たちが、シャスタですとかセドナで乗らせていただいたときに、バシャールの宇宙船の存在を感じましたけれども、そこでは、会うことはできましたか？
We played in Sedona and other cities. We felt your existence, your spaceship, and did you feel us?
What is your question?
Okay, so when we played, we felt your spaceship near us in Sedona.
Yes, it's above Bell Rock.
Sedona and Shasta, did you feel us, our play?
Shasta has a Pleiadian base under the mountain.
Okay. Oh. Oh, wow.
I guess "oh wow" doesn't need a translation.
Okay. 実は用意してきたじゃあ次の2つ目の質問になりますけども、2つ目は質問ではありません。今回私たち日本人として世界の平和のために自分たちなりに日本人の役割として祈りというものがあるというふうに思っています。今回、世界の貢献として仲間と一緒に世界の平和を祈らせていただきたいのですが、よろしいでしょうか。
The second point is not a question. We believe that as a part of our role as Japanese people, offering prayers for world peace is deeply meaningful. as our contribution on this occasion, we would like to join together as a companion and with pure heart offer our prayers for the humanity.
Your prayers are important, but they must be done in concert with action, because your world is physical as an experience, and physical action will magnify and solidify the idea of the prayers that you create. So prayers are important, but more important is doing them in concert with the actions that go along with creating peace on your planet.
We would like to play right now, so is it acceptable? So he will...
Not at this time.
Not this time?
Not at this time.
Okay. Okay, you're collecting my English. Thank you. Okay.
Does that help you?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Not this time.
Okay, 素晴らしい機会をいただきありがとうございました。
Thank you so much for giving us this special opportunities. We thank you, Bashar.
どういたしまして。
Wow.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day.
I'm happy.
Oh, all right.
Interaction
Hello, Happy.
with you. Okay, let me go back. I have a 7 times pound teacher journey of a magic mushroom. That journey speed up my soul awaken. At the very first time of the magic mushroom session, it's funny, I lashed the soul hard. My head fell forward and my body fell to the ground.
Yes.
That behavior consistently 5 hours for the whole session. After the session, the shaman told me that my action was so weird and interesting. My question is, what energy did I connect at that moment?
You're connecting with nature spirits. You're connecting through other dimensions to some of the other layers that exist in your reality that many people are not familiar with, that are other levels of physicalness that constitute the elemental levels, the nature spirits that inhabit your planet as well. This is one of the things that the teachers of the earth can help you do, is be more familiar with the vibrational frequency that connects you to the nature spirits, the elementals that also inhabit your planet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I go to the legs regarding my puppy. 3
Your
months ago,
puppy?
Yes. 3 months ago, I followed my passion and excitement to adopt a puppy, make my life totally change. Most time, I unconsciously speak light language with my puppy, but I don't know what I say. But my puppy, since it's a listen to me, my question is, do I channeling with my puppy? Is it my puppy spirit from other planet?
From what?
Other planet. Plant.
No. Animals, though they're not literally angels, come from the angelic realm.
Mm-hmm.
They come with unconditional love to act as reflections and trainers and teachers and guides for humans on Earth and many other places. So they come from the angelic realm, not another planet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because most time my puppy was fitting and it's a catch something in the air. It's kind of like some spirit is fitting her.
Well, all animals can see spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the animal can let you know that there may be spirits around you. And they will show you this by focusing on them and interacting with them and playing with them. Sometimes spirits will use animals to deliver messages. Animals are quite often go-betweens between the spirit realm and the physical world. So pay attention to the signs that your puppy may be showing you, not only when they're interacting with spirits, but also when they may be reflecting something in you that is a process you need to look at within yourself. Does that help you?
Yes.
All right.
Because sometimes my puppy is very hyper, but suddenly stop and focus at a certain point, and then she become very calm and chin rests on the ground.
Yes. Well, again, a spirit may have interacted with the dog in a certain way. And the dog is representing that to let you know that there's a spirit there. All right?
Good.
That's enough. Thank
Enough,
you.
yeah.
That's enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm Nikki. It's an honor to be here. Some of my questions are kind of similar to those that have been asked, but I want the answer for me.
Yes?
I turned a half a century this year, and I struggle with standing between who I've been and who I'm becoming.
Yes.
What is the most aligned way to use this energetic gateway to activate the version of me that is flow, power, and my purpose?
You are familiar with the formula, yes?
Yes?
Are you using it as precisely and fully as you possibly can?
No?
Well, why not?
I'm just not dedicated the way I should be.
Well, why aren't you?
Not focused enough.
You're just giving the same excuse over and over again
Fair.
in different language.
Fair.
So, why aren't you?
I'm afraid, maybe.
Of what?
What I need to become.
Why would you be afraid of what you are meant to become?
Because I feel like my past is very tumultuous and I have a journey to share with people, but I don't want to revisit it, and it's going to hurt to revisit it, but I feel like people could learn from it.
All right, but can't you simply take the lessons of the past and change them in ways that are information that would be beneficial to people in the future without you having to, quote unquote, relive the past?
Yes, I can.
So you can use your creative imagination to figure out how to extract the information from your past experiences in a way that benefits others and also can be converted into a kind of energy that moves you forward too, yes?
Yes.
So are you willing to do that?
I am.
Then there's nothing to be afraid of, is there?
No, there isn't.
All right, so problem solved?
Yes. Next
well,
question.
That was easy, yes.
Yes. Next question. Do I have a specific extraterrestrial lineage or hybrid connection that wants to be expressed in this lifetime, and how would I recognize it or honor it?
Well, first of all, you all have extraterrestrial connections. The ones that are most common for everyone are Pleiadian and hybrid and Sirius and Orion and Arcturus and all sorts of other beings. But the idea is, again, these things will be presented to you and come out, if relevant, if necessary, when you simply follow the formula. Because when you act on your passion, you raise your vibration, and when you raise your vibration, you become a better receiver and a better antenna of receiving higher frequency information, not only from your spirit guides, but from anyone on your team or any connections that you may have. It isn't always important to know exactly where it's coming from, because that can slow you down in the process of actually living your life. So the idea is to simply know that you will connect into whatever you need to connect into, and whoever needs to help you, who has the particular experience to help you, will help you at the particular moment when you need a certain kind of information that is relevant for that being to give you. And if you just move forward with that understanding, then everything will flow. And if it is important for you to know specifically where that's coming from, then that information will be given to you in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. Last question. I recently had my heart broken, and I don't prefer to stay in that place. And I try to get out of that place often, but I end up going back to that space. What other techniques? Because the preference helps me sometimes, but in this instance, it doesn't.
All right, well, what lessons have you learned by having that experience that you can use to avoid the experience in the future?
Several.
Well, then if you have awareness of the fact that you have learned lessons from that experience, you can use those lessons to mend your heart.
And I feel that way, and I feel that was the purpose of that interaction, but I'm still having trouble moving away from it.
Then you find that there is some reason that you're getting a benefit from staying where you are. What benefit would that be?
No idea.
Yes, you do.
I'll think about it.
Do think about it, because that's the only reason you would stay doing something that you don't prefer, is you have a belief that somehow it benefits you to stay there, that you haven't gotten everything out of it yet that you need.
Okay.
So do think about it, because that's the way it works. And when you finally figure out what benefit you're getting out of it, and sometimes the benefit can be an avoidance of something you're still afraid of in the future, by staying where you are, as much as you may not enjoy where you are, it might feel safer than moving forward, and that's a benefit.
Yeah.
So pay attention to why you're not moving forward. Always ask why. Why am I not moving forward? What am I afraid of? And what benefit do I believe I'm getting by staying where I am, even though I know I don't prefer this? That will always, if you're willing and open to it, give you the information you need to move forward, if you're willing to pay attention and be transparent to yourself. All right?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, and so are we.
So, my first question is, what is the most effective way for me to release old patterns and just be my true self?
What reason do you have to hold on to, or shall we say, recreate the same thing over and over and over again? Because a pattern and a habit are things that you do that you don't know you're doing. If you recognize that there's a pattern and recognize that there's a habit, it's not a habit, it's not a pattern, it's a choice. Yeah. So what reason would you have to keep choosing something you say you don't prefer? This is very similar to what we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There must be some belief within you that says there is a benefit to holding on to this and recreating it over and over and over again. Because remember, the past, in a sense, doesn't really exist. Only the present does. And if you create something that feels like a pattern and looks like a pattern, you're creating it in the present again and again and again, every new moment, again and again, for your own reasons, because it prevents you from experiencing something you think will be worse if you let it go. So what would that be?
I think it feels familiar, something that makes me feel good. I know it sounds weird, but it's a place that you already know.
We understand that. Yes, we understand that completely. Because again, the familiar is usually, in the human mind, more preferable to the unknown. Even if that familiarity isn't something you prefer, even if it's uncomfortable, you will usually choose the familiar, even an uncomfortable one, as opposed to the unknown, which you have surrounded the concept of the unknown with fear. Oh, there must be something in the unknown that will come and devour me.
Yeah, it sounds a little scary.
The only thing you will ever discover in the unknown is more of yourself. That's it. That's all that's there.
Okay, sounds good.
Does it sound good enough to move forward?
Yes, it sounds good enough.
And stop recreating the idea you're calling a pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
No, all right.
I want to be more and more who I really am. I don't want to be that girl that puts that mask on and go on. And I know that it's not me, that's just the patterns and things that I learned when I was a child with my family.
All right, but stop calling them patterns and call them choices.
Okay,
Otherwise,
choices.
you're removing yourself from the driver's seat.
Okay, yeah.
Because if it's a pattern, I can't help it. If it's a choice, there must be a reason I'm choosing this. And then you have dominion over it. If it's a pattern, it's like, well, you can't help it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you see the difference?
Totally.
All right. And?
And my other question is, what is my connection to the hybridization program?
Your genetics?
My connection?
Your DNA has been used in the creation of hybrids.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not really?
Yeah, not really. I just...
What do you want as a deeper understanding of this?
I'm from Brazil, and me and my sister, we're opening a wellness club, and I feel deep inside of me that we're building a place where we can build community with people that think just like us and wants the same thing. So I would just like to know.
Yes, but what does that have to do with the hybridization program directly?
I don't know. I just wanted to know if there's something, if there's a
All right,
connection.
well, the direct connection is simply that you understand that you laid out on your life path involvement in the hybridization program for the purpose of helping humanity evolve forward in a positive way. And so what you're talking about doing in Brazil is a similar idea, doing something to help humanity move forward in a positive way, and that's the similar connection to what you're doing in the hybridization program, helping humanity move forward in a positive way.
Okay, sounds good. Feels like my passion.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Oh, sorry, let me up there. All right, thanks. Hi, Bashar.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I guess I'd just start with saying hello. I struggle
Speak
a little
up,
bit.
speak up.
Oh, sorry. I struggle a little bit with social contact.
Please
so.
be clear.
Oh, okay.
You're
Let's see.
mumbling.
Why am I? Oh, thank you. I've been told this a lot. Starbucks. They always get my name wrong at Starbucks.
Take your time in pronouncing your words. You're running everything together.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will try to enunciate. I've worked a lot on this. Hold on a second. So, many years ago, when I was in Guatemala, I came across your teachings, and I started to see things on my walls, essentially. So, I would smoke marijuana, and it would put me into this altered state that I could kind of work on myself from. And then one day I just saw this giant eye in the wall that was pearlescent in the center, had a pearlescent sphere, it was dark, and it was surrounded by these runes and an iris that rotated in interlocking slats around it. And then I would see fields of stars rushing past me. And as I saw this, I didn't know what it was, and over time I fell in love with a girl from cooking school who was an evangelical, and the importance of that was that she had this connection to her Holy Spirit, as she called it. And I, thought maybe our beliefs were incompatible, but I recognized the connection between that to the higher mind, and something about that connection, it helped me because I had really bad depression, and I would sit next to her in school, and I didn't feel the depression when I was with her. Just like when I smoked weed, I didn't feel the depression before I saw that eye. It reconfigured my mind and my thoughts in such a way that I had a distance from them and felt okay. Then I saw the eye one day. And the same thing with her was that that energy from her that I was using to work on myself, as I used your tools to think about it, where I said, how am I feeling when I'm sitting next to her that causes me to feel okay? How can I apply this to myself so that I feel that way all the time? As I started to do that, what didn't happen was it didn't fix the depression, but what happened instead was when I thought of her, I saw this pure, scintillating, perfect white light in my mind that I realized had qualities, and I could test it and see, is it infinity? Is it this? Is it that? And something like the word infinity would fit, and so I would know that was true about it. Other words didn't, so I knew they weren't what it was. And as I talked to people, their energy started to come out of them in a way that matched the light. It came out of the light at the same time. And as I was having this experience, you came through to deliver the message, Bashar 2.0 to us. And you described what I had been experiencing for the past 6 months, which was seeing these lights in this way. And so, I was just wondering if you were, what your relationship was to me in that scenario, and why that energy came through me right before it came through you, or Darryl.
Because you are lining up with the vibration of the spirit realm and your own soul. And that's the light that you're seeing, the light of all that is through your own soul. And that was the pearlescent eye, your soul watching you.
Oh, okay. So So after that, I guess I'll just tell this story. I tried to understand what the light was and figure it out, tried to decode it, because I realized that the colors were guiding me. If I thought of something and I saw one color, I would see maybe yellow when I thought of doing a certain action.
Well, all colors represent different vibrational states, and so do different thoughts.
Right, and so I thought, well, one color must be guiding me, and the other color maybe is telling me not to do something, but it wasn't that. It was sometimes it was blue was the, quote unquote right thing to do. Sometimes it was yellow. And so I just had to be very sensitive to these colors as I was digging into them. And what ended up happening was that all of it just turned into this single moment where I was headed to Portland on a bus. And the white light that I had been seeing, which I was starting to connect to people and learn exactly what it was through all of their vibrations, which I do through tarot readings and conversation, all of it turned into this singular red dot in my mind that I could tell was embedded with the energy and vibration of the white light and was embedded in the darkness. And so I knew that, based on the idea of pigment that you mentioned and light, color mixing in pigment and color mixing in light, that it was very possible that what I was seeing was the energy of infinity represented as the energy of the one.
Yes, that's what I said. The energy of all that is, the light of the source, through your own soul.
And so the red dot was part of that expression.
Well, that's the physicalization of the idea.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, exactly. And so after I saw that, I had the greatest idea of my life one day, which is that I'd bought enough mushrooms for 3 people. It was like 9 grams or something, and only one of my friends was there. And so I thought about this, and I was like, this sucks, it's Christmas evening, and I can't take mushrooms with my friends because only one of my friends is here. And then I had this great idea, which was, why don't I just eat this entire bag myself? And so I did, and of course my friend got out his phone because he was like, well, this is gonna be interesting. And he started to record it. And I've since, unfortunately, lost those recordings, but they were very precious to me, but I've lost his friend too, and all of my friends really, and most of my family as well.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. Understand, the teachers of the earth, like the mushrooms, this is a sacrament. Treat it with respect. Treat yourself with respect. You don't need that much. It's teaching you to understand and discern exactly what you need to learn the lesson that is coming from the teacher so that you can learn to get there yourself without the teacher. But understand, this is a sacrament. It is not meant to be overdone.
Well, I picked a tarot card for you, Bashar, because this is what I do is...
I understand.
I help people to understand their energy.
I understand. And the tarot cards are a permission slip that you can use.
Well, I wanted to tell you what was on it.
No, I don't need to hear that
It's
right
an opening in the physical
I do not need to hear
because
that.
What happened to me was
I do not need to hear this.
What you do need to hear, though, is that I had the best experience of my life when I did that because I was listening to my teachers.
I understand.
You had the microphone going crazy earlier. Why? Because you're about to interact with my energy and because there's a disconnection in some of the energy that's been represented here. I'm telling you, I followed my excitement to that moment. It was a transformative moment. It was a perfect moment.
Yes.
And I don't use drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of it because I listen to my teachers all the time, so what you're telling me has nothing to do with me personally.
What I'm telling you is, whatever it is that you are exploring is what you are exploring, and that's fine, and you're making connections to the light of the source and your own soul, and that's fine. That's what I'm telling you, and that's why nothing else needs to be said. You have said what you needed to say.
Except for the connection with me that you had the opportunity to just have just now that you missed out on because...
I didn't miss out on anything.
I picked a tarot card for you, which is my profession, which is my passion, is to give that gift to everybody that I meet, and it's been rejected.
Do you see how you are running over everything with your words?
Running over everything?
Yes, you are
I'm just
running
disagreeing
over
with what
everything.
you've expressed. There's nothing wrong with that.
You have to understand I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but you are reacting.
Well, why isn't it a gift to receive from me when we receive gifts from you?
It is a gift, and I have never said it is anything different.
You said you didn't need the tarot cards. You didn't need what I had to give you. And yet you tell us to give
I said
our
I
gifts.
have already gotten it.
That you've already got it, but not from me, not in the way that I give
Yes,
it, not with what I
from
had
you,
to give.
but in the way that needed to happen.
Well, then this was the way that needed to happen, and it was all perfect. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, yeah.
That's
so,
all I'm saying.
Okay. It's funny I got to argue with you, too, since that has been my experience with so much of Earth. And thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I've been, well, when I was maybe 5 years old, I had a dream where there were, I was on a train with 3 beings who had somewhat deformed faces, and it was a sort of a solemn meeting that I had with these beings. And every year I had the thought that, oh, I need to remember this experience that I had. And I've had other, psychics tell me that there were 3 beings behind me. So I'm wondering if these are beings that you are familiar with, or who might want to.
They are hybrids. They are hybrids that you're connecting to. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Are there any specifics that they want to give at this time, or do I need to continue on my journey?
Well, of course, always you can continue on your journey, following your passion, but one moment. In what way did you perceive them as being deformed?
They looked green, I think, and they had their faces were, I don't know, the more that I think about it, it could have been like some experiment that went wrong or something like that, right? Or
this happened early on in the hybridization program, where there were many of what you would call deformations because of the hybridization process not necessarily being perfected. So you may be connecting to hybrids from the early part of the hybridization program.
Okay, great, thank you.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were simply sending you gratitude at the utilization of your DNA. Regardless of what you might have perceived from them as being somewhat deformed, they were still very grateful for their lives and simply telling you so.
Okay, thank you. My next question is, I rescued 2 cats when I was living in Arizona.
Yes.
They were feral at the time, and one of them has adapted to living in a house very well, and he comes up to me and gets pets and things like that. But then the female, she loves being around me, and we play, and she follows me around, but she doesn't let me touch her. So I guess my question is, does she want physical touch someday? And if not, that's okay, but I'm wondering if there are other ways that I can connect with her. I meditate with her sometimes.
All right. Well, for now, the idea is not so much to focus on the physicality of the connection, but the energy of the connection, the telepathic connection that you can have with that particular animal, so that you can work on that energy level and not so much the physical one. Okay. You have the physicality with the other cat, but you have the non-physicality, the spirituality with the female cat.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of golfing this summer. Any golf tips from Bashar?
Perhaps you should explore a different kind of tea time.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
And hi to everybody. I have two situations in my life that hopefully chatting with you could get me some clarity on. So the first one, as a sharing, I was one of those that didn't listen to voices coming from, well, the upstairs department. And as they keep on getting stronger, well, one day I got hit, bam, right on my head, and I had a concussion. I lost my sense of smell, which I gained back after like half a year. That was in 2018. And then the other one was that I have a strong ringing in my ear, which I do still have today. So, well, I was curious, like, for whatever reason, I couldn't seem to remember the incident of how I got hit by the bicycle. The next thing that I could recall was I was already on the floor. So is there any reason that, or anything that I'm avoiding?
Well, as we said earlier, sometimes if you are attempting to tell yourself something or focus you in some particular way, and you're not really paying attention to the signs that come to you, then you may create something like an accident to redirect you and get you to focus on the things that you actually need to focus on. So whether you remember the incident itself is not necessarily important, but the question would be, in what way did it redirect your focus in life as a result of that incident? What it is that you have learned as lessons that you otherwise may not have learned or may not have focused on had that not happened? What did it bring your attention to?
So it started me on the journey of living out who I truly am.
Well, gee.
Well, facing more of my fears, coming out of the closet, and well, thank you. So, what else? The thought that I had was that.
Yes?
I was trying to get something, but it got lost. So.
Is it back in the closet?
Well, well, that I haven't been living my life to the fullest, and that I wanted to. So I started going on classes, journeys, and you know, to overcome my fears and to learn more about myself.
Yes.
And well, part of it is.
Then you can understand that that was the purpose of the incident.
Right, I do. So, can I get a reading of my frequency during, you know, the 2018 and where I am now?
You were at about 75,000 cycles per second. Now, in general, you may be operating at 115 to 120,000.
Great. Thank you. Yes. So, the second incident that I wanted some clarity on was about a dream. Yes. I had a dream where I met with 3 what I perceive as aliens. Well, I perceive them as hybrids. So 2 of them were a boy and a girl, very young, toddler. Not toddler, but young. And the other one was at her teenage years. And the 2 was happily playing with each other and happy to see me. While for me, I have a lot of fear. And I tried to run, but I remembered what you said. And I just told myself to stay put. And the elder female was trying to, well, I perceive her as trying to reach out her hands to me, and she had long nails, and I feel like she's trying to grab my throat. And but her energy, I could feel that is very loving and caring, and she had tears in her eyes.
She wasn't trying to grab your throat.
Right.
She was indicating your throat to speak your truth.
Right. Okay. So do I have hybrid children that I will be meeting?
Yes.
And will be living with, or me living with them?
Well, you can interact with them. They may not necessarily need to actually live with you permanently, but you will be able to interact with them in the years ahead.
So were they my children?
Yes.
All 3 of them?
No, not necessarily the 3rd one. That's more of a guide that is also watching over the children where they are now.
Great. Okay, thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, my friend.
And to you, good day.
I'd like to thank you and thank myself for creating this reality to interact with you in this way.
All right, then you are welcome and I am welcome too.
Thank you. You often say that in order to open contact to occur, we humans and you extraterrestrials need to be equal, need to meet as equals. And
closer to it, yes, there is a range and a window of vibrations in which it can occur. And remember, the idea is that open contact will occur in a way that you can handle. We have ways, when you reach a certain point, of creating a kind of buffer energy that mitigates the difference between us until you get used to that and we can truly meet in the same reality. But at first, even though you may be able to interact with us, it'd be like interacting through a filter.
Okay.
So there are stages to it.
Okay. So we don't have to be necessarily to be exactly equals.
No.
Okay, sure.
Not vibrationally. You are equals in general, but not vibrationally. No, we understand that you still have evolution to experience in your reality, but you have arrived at a point where a lot of you can now experience us through the idea of the buffer filter.
Okay. And you know, in our human history, we have a tendency. You
mean making choices?
Right. I don't have to use the word tendency. We have been making choices to look up to you as something like gods and feeling as if we were inferior, feeling as if you were superior to us, as if we were inferior to us in our history. But I think it has been changing because of you.
Yes, well, we obviously do have more experience in certain ways than you do, but we're not gods to you.
Yes.
And it is time for you to get over that.
Yeah, that's right. So we are getting closer to each other, I guess.
Yes.
And
if you weren't, open contact wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yes, thank you very much.
And along that line, how far above Bell Rock in your spaceship is right now?
Was that a question?
Yes.
Repeat it.
How far above Bell Rock is your spaceship right now?
1,500 miles.
Okay, sounds good. Could you convert into kilometers? I'm a Japanese. Well, someone else will do that. Okay, thank you.
About 3,000 kilometers.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Give or take.
Give or take. And this may sound a little different topic, but it's not. I spoke with one of your students, one of the first contact trainee 2 days ago on Friday night. Are you aware of that? Are you?
We did not understand anything you just said.
Okay. Okay.
Please pronounce more clearly.
Okay, sure. My pronunciation. I spoke with one of your students.
I don't have students.
You teach SSN children. You have taught first contact trainee.
Are you talking about the first contact trainees on my planet?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
You haven't spoken with a trainee. No trainee is allowed to communicate with a human on Earth until they are full-fledged first contact specialists.
Okay, so that was something different.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
It may be someone who is already a new first contact specialist, but they are not still a trainee then.
Okay, I got it.
Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes, it did.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So I had an experience a few months ago that I wanted to ask you about. I'm currently going through the process of getting my tattoos removed through
all
laser
right.
treatment.
All right.
Why?
Why?
I'm pretty much covered in tattoos, head to toe.
Yes, well, is there something wrong with that?
Well, no. I do love tattoos, but I got them done when I was like 16 and in my teenage years when I was going through some really hard stuff. And they just don't resonate with me anymore.
All right.
I got them basically as self-harm at the
All right.
time, so.
All right. So now you are healing.
Yes.
All right.
It has been a very painful process for me, though, going
You
through
mean
this.
physically?
Yes, physically and mentally.
Oh, all right.
And I had an experience after my first session where, sorry.
That's all right. You don't need to apologize. You are releasing old beliefs. That's part of the process.
Yeah.
Remember, you have in your body the idea of chemistry that has to go along with any beliefs you hold on to. And when you let go of beliefs, you have to let go of the chemistry. And normally that happens by washing them out of your body through your tears.
I do that a lot.
Yes. Well, that's all right because you're going through a process.
The next morning after my first session, I went downstairs to get water, and I had to go to class, and I had to turn in an essay, and I was very, very nervous about getting to class because my arm was super swollen and I couldn't move it, and it was just very painful and scary. Anyways, I went to go get water, and all of a sudden, I was standing in the kitchen, and I just knew I needed to sit down. It was like I was going to faint.
Yes.
And the only thing I could think was, get in the chair at the table now.
Yes, that was a message from your guide.
Yeah. I managed to get in the chair, and when I sat down, it felt like the gravity of the whole world was pulling me into the chair. I couldn't move. It was
Yes.
the second I sat down, I was plastered to it.
Yes.
And I started profusely sweating, and my vision started tunneling in, and my ears like blew up and started ringing, and I couldn't hear anything anymore besides like this ringing sound, this humming, very loud but also silent. I couldn't hear anything else. And I'm dripping sweat, and my vision's going out, and I'm trying to blink my eyes open, and all of a sudden, it goes completely black, but my eyes are open still. And the only thing that could go through my brain was, you can't let go. It felt like I was going to die.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened, but...
Well, you had a mini death. In other words, the idea is that you accelerated the purging that you were going through very rapidly so that you didn't have to necessarily take as long to go through it as you originally would have. You pushed yourself forward through space and time in that way. So it would feel like a death because the old personality, in a sense, had to die for you to emerge as a new person.
That's what it felt like.
Yes, well, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, it also, I had this, it felt like a lightning bolt. That's how I can only describe it. In my brain, scrambling my brain like scrambled eggs. After, this lasted for 20, 30 minutes. And I didn't have my phone, I didn't have anything, I was really scared. And I couldn't feel my hands, or my face was all numb. And I ended up going to the emergency room once I was able to climb up the stairs and get my phone. But
yes,
what is that lightning bolt feeling? I've experienced it before.
It's the download of information and energy from a higher frequency. It's your soul communicating with you and stabilizing you.
Okay. I've always had this feeling since that experience that there would be another side to it, as if I reached something like a string, and that one day I would understand the other side of that.
Yes, well, here you are.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. One other question I had was, why do I feel everything so strongly?
Because you're empathic. Very
wow.
strongly empathic.
Yeah.
Which is the reason you went through what you went through when you were younger. Because it was too much for you to handle at that time. Now you can handle it, or at least begin to. The idea in the continuation of the removal of your tattoos, if you're going to continue with that, is to imagine as you lie down or sit down, a cool energy from the spirit realm wrapping you, wrapping around your body, flowing through your body, helping you go through the process in a way that is not so painful. Bring that energy down through your crown chakra into your body, go into a warm meditational state, and before you know it, it'll be over.
Okay.
It's almost literally like hypnotizing yourself. So ask, in a sense, for your spirit guides and your soul in a way to hypnotize you, to put you in an altered state. In deep breathing, you can do this. Going into the gamma state, you can train yourself to go into the gamma state where your pain receptors start shutting down. And then you can go through the process without at least so much pain.
Yeah. I did the last treatment I did, I was able to do that. I just
all right.
kind of decided that it was going to be fine and exciting, and it was.
All right,
So,
then you have begun that process.
I'm trying, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now that you may be removing those tattoos, you can truly become yourself and make your mark on the world.
Sounds good to me. That's what I plan to do. Thank you so much, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So over the last couple of years, I've been going through a spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
And some of my guides, Gandil, Metatron, Maela, have been sharing with me more about maybe my spiritual lineage. They mentioned that I was part of the Emerald Order, and they also just shared things with me that were kind of hard for me to believe.
You are connecting to those things. Remember, everything exists simultaneously.
So can you give me more information about my spiritual lineage, or more information about
It's not so much a lineage, that's what we're saying. You have to understand that everything that's happening is happening from the present, that you are creating connections that guide you and help you in this life energetically. So from this moment, you laid out on this life path for this life, the ability to connect to different spiritual things, to create what appears from your physical perspective to be a space-time lineage that simply helps you move forward and helps you receive the guidance that you need for this life path. It's not really about extending into the past or the future. It's about understanding that you laid things out and made connections that you planned on this life path that are simply being perceived as a lineage to help guide you in this life. Do you understand?
I do. So
does that help you? Or does that confuse you?
So, they shared with me that I'm a celestial being, that I've been stars, moons, everything that could exist, in this universe, and I don't know what to do with that information.
Well, how would you like to use the information? How can you use the information to be of service to others?
I mean, part of my path is to empower others.
Yes. And how are you passionate about doing that?
I think I'm moving from my career in education, in academia, to creating a business that does more healing work and will allow me to move up and down between these different dimensions to heal people.
All right. Well, you don't sound completely sure about that?
No, I'm sure.
All right.
It's but my spirit likes to double and triple check things.
Yes.
Before it sometimes can accept things.
Yes, well, that's not your spirit doing the double checking, it's your physical mind.
Okay.
Your spirit doesn't need to double check anything. Your spirit knows what it needs to do. So if you're willing to give over to the spirit and just know that that's what you can do to be of service, then You don't really need to necessarily double check anything unless, again, like we said earlier, you're just making sure that you remain in a certain vibrational frequency that allows you to ground yourself while you're being of service to others by tapping into higher frequency energies so that you don't get carried away.
All right, last question. I was told that my spiritual name is Satar or Satar. Can you give me the meaning of that?
It is the idea of a particular vibration, that's all. It's a vibration that has to do with being in harmonic resonance with your soul. It's not exactly a name. It's simply a representation of something that might actually even refer to a musical harmonic, a musical vibration. So, is there some particular music or harmonic that you find puts you or helps you put yourself into the appropriate state that you prefer to be in?
No, I haven't used music. I just try to tap in.
All right, well, it's not unlike the word Satori. And Satori is the idea of achieving a particular vibrational resonance that connects you to all that is.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Exciting to talk to you.
And you as well.
It's been a month or two since I've known you. I find that your way with words is freaking hilarious. Just wanted to say that.
All right. Thank you.
So I come from an Eastern Indian culture where God is seen as omnipresent and omnipotent.
Say that again.
God is seen as omnipresent and omnipotent.
Well, Source is omnipresent, but I think a lot of people on your planet don't actually understand what that word means.
So it feels unsettling.
So we're going to just spin right past that.
I'll let you clarify.
Do you understand what omnipresent actually means?
Everywhere, all at once.
And by everywhere, that means that the idea of God or Source must therefore be
everything.
Thank you.
So, acknowledged. So it feels unsettling to me to think that even negative expressions like violence, inconsideration, or rudeness are still God knowing itself?
Everything is God knowing itself. Everything. There are lessons in everything. It's like saying there's a stream and there's a current in the stream, and I can choose to swim upstream against the current. Does that mean the current is still not God? No. The current is part of the river. So you can choose to swim upstream against the current, or you can go with the flow, with the current. Which do you prefer? Can you learn a lesson by going upstream? Yes, you might develop stronger muscles by swimming upstream. And therefore, you will be stronger when you finally let go and flow downstream. So even what appears to be negative can still be something that will aid and assist you by learning a lesson that will help you grow. Yes?
I struggle with that because...
You're struggling because you're swimming upstream.
I guess my question is, what place does integrity, goodness, service to others have in life? If we, like, why do we have to choose to do good? If
you don't have to choose it, but let me explain it this way. Speaking of the idea of current. As we have explained, there is the positive, there is the negative, but there is the neutral. Reality is a trinity, not a duality. There's always the neutral place in the center. But the neutral place in the center still allows you the freedom to choose what you prefer. So in a sense, euphemistically, you could say that creation is 51% positive and 49% negative. So the idea is that if you simply relax and go with the current, you will ultimately drift into the positive side. But the idea is, if you understand that you may have chosen to come through the negative side to learn the lesson that you can simply let go and drift into the positive side naturally, then you will have used the negative side in a way that is actually resulting in a positive outcome. So again, the idea is just to look at these things mechanically. It's not a value judgment. We understand that you can express the idea on your planet in violent ways, in ways that aren't necessarily condoning the idea of perpetuating life. We understand that. But again, a soul can sometimes learn in a much more accelerated way by putting themselves in a situation where they are immersed in something that is so dark, so dense, that when they finally let go of that, they will fly that much faster into the light. We call this the rubber band analogy. Because the farther back you pull a rubber band, when you finally let it go, it snaps that much faster in the other direction. And so sometimes souls can use the negative energy, the negative mechanism, to steep themselves in such negativity that when the soul finally says, all right, I have learned all the lessons I can about this being a vibration that is not necessarily in alignment with what I ultimately prefer to be and who I really am, and they finally let go of it, then they will snap that much faster and that much farther into the light, into the flow. So you can use it that way. It's there available to you if you want to do it that way, because Source is everything and all possibilities, and it doesn't judge or devalue anything within itself. It's just a mechanism. It's not a value judgment. Only humans decide this is good or bad. So, remember, you are ultimately eternal and indestructible souls. So, in a sense, it's like looking at a play on a stage and going, oh, there's the hero and there's the villain, and they're playing their parts, and they're in conflict with one another. But when the play is done, they go out and have a beer together because they're actually friends. And they're just playing a role. And without the darkness, you cannot see the light as clearly, because the darkness frames the light.
So if it is all like a role play, kind of good and bad in a sense,
yes,
then there's no incentive to be good in a sense.
There is an incentive, and that is, as I said earlier, to actually allow yourself to feel the ease of creation in going with the flow and the current of the 51% that goes in that direction, so that you can enlighten yourself literally.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yes, there is incentive to it, because it is easier, is it not?
Easier, yeah, okay.
Well, all right. Then you are more in alignment, more integral with Source in that way, in its ultimate form. But again, everything is valid. If you use it that way to learn a lesson, to be more of who you are, then ultimately, even though you may be using a negative mechanism, you're using it for a positive reason. In the same way that you're all using a negative mechanism to have a physical experience, because you are inhibiting your greater self in order to be focused in a physical reality, aren't you? So you're limiting yourself. That's a negative action. You're using a negative mechanism to experience acceleration and discovery of something new within yourself. So you're using a negative mechanism for a positive reason.
Got it.
See?
I guess this is connected a little bit to my own story. As I find my own voice, why do I feel guilty that I'm being rude or imposing myself on someone if I advocate for myself or be myself?
Well, but is imposing yourself on someone being yourself? Do you not trust that the information you have to share with someone is powerful enough to wait for the appropriate time to present itself? Does it have to be forced on someone? Are you impatient about it? Are you trying to save everyone, which is a disrespecting of their life path and their timing?
It feels like that sometimes.
Then don't do that. You have to trust the way things unfold and recognize and have the discernment to tell when sharing something you think can help someone is being done in an appropriate way for them. Remember, you're being of service to them. You're not trying to save them. You are serving them by giving them what they need when circumstances synchronistically show you that they're ready to listen. Because whatever it is they do with whatever information you share with them is none of your business. You don't know their life path. You're not living their life. You don't know what they have chosen to go through. They may use your information tomorrow, next week, next year, 100 years from now. Even after they die, they may use it. But the idea is you have at least given them the option and the opportunity to use the information that could help them, but they're the ones that get to decide when to use it. Not you. They get to decide that. Does that make sense?
Got it.
And then you can sense more easily when it might be appropriate through synchronicity to share something you think can help them. And then when you know you've given them whatever it is you can give them with absolutely no need for them to actually use it now or pay attention. It's just that you do that because you're being of service. In the same way, we give you all this information. We have absolutely no agenda that you have to use any of the things we're saying to you at all. We don't care. This is what we do because this is who we are. Whatever you decide to do with this information is up to you. We're not going to live your life. We have our own life to live. Thank you very much. So we're not going to take on your life and not be responsible for you. We can only be responsible to you by being who we are. And that's all we can do. And that's all anyone can do. Make sense?
Yeah.
Does that help you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Last question.
That will do.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
First of all, I want to express my gratitude to you, to the Galactic family,
all right,
to
our deep
all the beautiful souls
as well
here in this room and the live streaming. So thank you very much, Bashar.
You are welcome, and thank you all.
I want to share a song for the hybrid children. Is that all right?
Yes.
It's a Lakota lullaby. Ahie uo hie, we yo hie. Ahie uo hie, we yo hie. Shante waste okshila. La estima han he peke weste we yo hie shante waste okshila la ki estima han he peke weste we yo hie. We yo hie, we yo hie. Aho metakase.
Aho, washte.
Aho. Do I have hybrid children?
Yes. Well, I hope you do because you just sang a song to them. But yes.
Do they have a message for me?
They deeply appreciate the intention and vibration behind the gift you have just given them. Please continue to do that for all the people on your planet. It will make it a better place. It will make it a better place for them ultimately to call home as well.
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome, sir.
Well, I'll meet them soon.
Again, open contact will happen in a couple of your years. And after that, there will still be timing to these things, but yes, eventually. I cannot give you an exact date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to share an experience that I had a couple of months ago.
Yes.
It was my birthday. I turned 40.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A long time ago, by now you would be dead.
So, for my birthday, I celebrated with a teepee ceremony.
Yes.
And there's a part in the ceremony that's important to us where we pray for the water spirit.
Yes.
And in the middle of the night, when we were praying for the water, the black sky turned white, and then a huge asteroid or meteorite crossed just above the teepee, really, really close. And so it was a gigantic rock. And a couple of minutes later, we heard the impact, and the ground shaked, and that night, I also, for the birthday and my prayers, I was inviting all the galactic family to be there, but the asteroid was something special that symbolized something, that represents something, and...
Yes. Well, you got a shooting star, yes?
Yeah.
Which represents wishes coming true. When you wish upon a star, yes?
Yeah, that was a really, really big star.
Well, you made a really, really big wish.
Thank you. And that ceremony, Bashar, we commune with the peyote
Yes.
medicine, the
Yes.
blue deer. What type of teachings the peyote have for us?
Peyote connects you to the Kachina realm, the dimension in between dimensions of the Kachina spirits, connects you to the coyote, the trickster energy as well, to learn lessons in reverse order, in reverse ways, to upside down things, to turn things inside out so you can see them from different perspectives.
Okay.
And teaches you the inner truth of reality, allows you to perceive what could be poetically called the real bones of reality, where you are just normally seeing the skin.
Okay. When we do the medicine, we also do peyote chants.
Yes.
Does that amplify?
It's a permission slip that can amplify it, yes.
Yes. Okay.
So again, aho, washte.
Bashar, and much love to you.
And our unconditional love to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Bashar.
Andrew, you good day.
Everything's good over here, and I appreciate everybody for being here. But I know we were speaking about abductions yesterday, and I wondered, why wasn't I never abducted? Is there something wrong with me?
No, they're just done with your family line.
I'll take it. And for the last question, it's kind of going to be on a little dark note. We just had this recent assassination.
Yes.
And throughout our history, we see these public assassinations. Is there any advice you could give for us to deal with that and help others deal with that?
We cannot give you political advice. However, the idea, again, is to understand how important it is to actually listen to each other deeply and understand the reason for why people on your planet say and feel the things they do, because something deep down within many people on your planet is not being appropriately addressed. And when you get down to the source of the feelings and the disconnect and the, shall we say, unworthiness and undeservability that many people feel and feel out of control in their lives, then you will have finally begun to address the reason that people act out in certain ways that push you down the road of negativity, instead of understanding how to build people up and allow them to know that they are connected to Source and never can be disconnected. So it's all about communication and true service to people, to come together in communication and connection to find out what everyone is really talking about, because many times the things that people say on your planet that they give lip service to is not really the issue that they're truly concerned with deep down. It's something else, and it needs to be discovered, and it needs to be explored, and it needs to be brought out in the open, and people have to be willing to be admitting that there are certain issues within themselves that they're not looking at out of fear.
That was beautiful. That's all I had. But I thank you for being here, and I thank everybody. We're all a soul family.
Yes.
I can't, I find that there's a correlation between all the bad things we see in this world is actually bringing us all together, and I find it to be beautiful, and that's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're getting everything out on the table so you can finally decide what kind of a world you actually prefer.
Thank you, and thank everybody.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania.
Does it mean anything that I'm standing here right now?
Let me check. Maybe if you move a tiny bit to the left, that will be more significant. It means it's time for your meditation.
Yes. So thank you so much for everything this weekend. It's just been amazing, as always.
It is our passion and our pleasure. Please, all of you, now, if you are willing, allow yourselves to relax and begin to breathe deeply and easily, comfortably. Let go of the cares of the day. There is nothing more important than what is happening in your present at all times. You never have to worry. You never have to wonder. Just allow your lives to unfold. Everything that is happening is the most important thing that can be happening at that moment, and all the lessons you need to learn will all come to you in this present moment. Allow yourselves to breathe gently and deeply, in and out, in and out, in and out. Allow yourselves now to let your imaginations open up, and allow yourselves to see in your mind's eye energy pathways that are all representative of probabilities of different outcomes, different realities. These energy paths go that way, other energy paths go this way. Some go up, some go down. Some go in and out, backwards and forwards. Some may spiral and swirl around like whirlpools. But as you see all of these different streams of energy, all of these different probabilities, for all the different ways you can choose to agree to experience the reality you prefer, allow yourselves to choose now in your imagination, out of all of these probabilities, out of all these energy paths, the one that is most in alignment with who you are, with your hearts, with your souls, with your spirits, with your minds, with your bodies. Allow yourselves to choose this one energy stream. For this one energy stream contains everything, every vibration that you need to live a life of fulfillment, a life of joy, a life of love, a life of creativity, a life of truth, a life of authenticity, of being your real self, your true vibration, your soul self as a physical being. And allow this one energy stream to start to crystallize out of all the streams. Allow them to become more transparent, and allow this stream, this single stream, to become more crystallized, more solid. And see it move forward. See it infuse your present with light. Perceive it to be glowing with the light of creation, the light of source, the light of all that is. And see this energy stream leading you on your path, leading all of you on your own unique paths, this energy stream, leading the way, lighting the way, moving forward, unerringly, purposefully, and see this energy stream start to expand and expand and expand until you are actually in it, and it is all around you, and it becomes a tunnel and a hallway for you. And you can see that it is made of light, crystalline light all around you as you move down this path, down this tunnel, down this tube. And as it continues to expand, this tube widens and widens and widens and takes on all the forms of the reality that you prefer, morphing and manifesting into a reality that leads to open contact, to 2027, with more disclosure, with more awareness, with more admittance of the presence of your galactic family that has been interacting with you for thousands upon thousands of years, leading up to this point and this moment of awareness, this point and this moment of revelation, this point and this moment of disclosure, this point of contact, openly, freely, sharing, exchanging, loving, feeling within yourself the true release of your spirit into freedom, into accelerating forward in a way that you know will allow you to serve all whom you encounter in your life, as you are served by all who you encounter in your life and who encounter you. The reflections from all to you, giving you what you need as you give them what they need. Interacting with your galactic family, learning new things, realizing new abilities, stretching your senses to perceive the spirit realm, your soul family, your spirit guides, angelic beings, and other beings out in the cosmos, in other dimensions of reality, those who have interacted with you for so long. Allow them to all be here now, present within this new reality, to begin this new journey, this new phase of human evolution, to walk this path as part of your life path with a new understanding and a light that shows you the way, that illuminates the path clearly, transparently, unerringly. And let it all unfold. Let it all unfold. Let it all unfold. For everything is contained within it that you need. Everything is contained within it that will fulfill you. Everything is contained within it that will allow you to know you belong. You belong. You belong. Your existence is proof of your belonging, of your deservability, of your worthiness. Your existence is enough to prove you are worthy, deserving, loved, supported in all ways, supported. Everything that is happening is there for a reason, is there to teach you a lesson that will stretch you and allow you to grow, and allow you to be more of who you are and express more of your soul through your physical presence. to grow, to learn, to stretch, to reach, to join those who have gone before you, to become part of a galactic community, a community of spirit, a community of love, a community of light. Forgive yourselves for all that you may have done that you no longer need as a vibration in your life. Let go of the things that are not you. Learn from it, for it is the lesson itself that is sufficient to redeem anything you have ever done, if you are willing to learn and willing to grow from that lesson. For that is the whole point and the purpose of the process that you have gone through, was to learn that lesson and carry it forward in service to others and yourself. You are on a journey that ultimately never ends, a journey that never began, a journey that simply is and always will be and always has been. And the journey is experienced totally and completely and only in the now. For now is all there is. And now is all that is. And everything that can ever happen, will ever happen, and has ever happened is all happening in the now. Always accessible to you for whatever lesson you wish to learn, but always capable of moving forward and growing and expanding and being. Breathe in the light of life. Breathe through your lungs, but also through your heart. Breathe through your heart, but also through your soul. And again, remember, a soul is not something that you have. A soul is what you are. It does not matter that you present yourself in this physical way, in this physical experience, for it is simply but a dream in your soul, of your soul, as your soul. You are all one soul family of earth. You are all expressions of the earth soul, of the Gaia consciousness, of the mother and the father. You are born anew. Father Sky, Mother Earth. You are the children of the cosmos. Live your lives as such. You have every right to do so. And be of service to those who may need your help when and where you are guided to do so appropriately, through synchronicity and circumstance that arise for the benefit of all, for the benefit of all, for the benefit of all. For if it is not to the benefit of all, you are not served either. For you are part of the all, part of the whole. And in serving the whole, you are served by the whole. You are supported by the whole. You are part of the whole. You are the whole in singular form. You are all that is, as it experiences itself through each and every one of you. We deeply, deeply appreciate and are grateful for the experience of interacting with your souls and your civilization, your culture, your ideas, your creativity and your imagination for what you have created on earth. Though there may be darkness along with the light, experienced in a certain way, do not be sad. Do not despair. Allow yourselves to know that this is the class you have chosen to elevate yourselves beyond and above what you originally knew you were capable of. You now know more you are capable of. Even more are you capable of and will become capable of. Even more will you be yourselves, even more, as above, so below. As above, so below. You are above, you are below. It is one. Different sides of the same coin, closer than you think. The separation is there for your own purposes, but it is an illusion. It is one and the same thing. Closer than you think. And we are closer than you think. We are here right now among you, helping you, guiding you, loving you, supporting you. Let it manifest in this energetic stream that you are crystallizing as the probability, the highest probability of open contact. 2027, just around the corner, just around the corner, just around the corner, and before you know it, right here, right now. Feel it in your bones, feel it in your body, feel it in your cells, feel it in your heart, feel it in your soul. It is real, it is real, it is real. It is the wish come true, it is the wish fulfilled. It is where you have been going and heading for so long. You are about to arrive. And because you are about to arrive, we are about to arrive with you. It is the point of meeting, the point of joining, the point of belonging, the point of being. It is the point of family, the point of bonding, the point of sharing. It is the one and the all. Breathe it in deeply, with confidence, curiosity, creativity, calmly, with every breath, with every heartbeat. Know it to be true. Know that it is here. Feel it, sense it, breathe it, live it. We are here to welcome you home. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Our unconditional love as always and forever to you. You are never, ever alone. Never, never, never alone. Drift and dream. Crystallize the probability into being. Love yourselves, love each other, communicate. True communion. Learn and love together and laugh together and be together. Peace be unto you. Sweet dreams. Aveo. And awaken into a new world. Awaken, awaken, awaken. so be it. Come find us.